1. Here we go. I click the button. There we go. There it is. Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Oh, this button didn't click. There we go. How are we all doing today?
Hold on. I had a meeting today. I had to remove the word hate from my background. I have to reestablish it.
Oh, so people won't be offended by the word hate? It's a rough word.
Well, when you're dealing with charitable organizations, you generally don't want to have
Says who?
hate words.
I mean, to be fair, it is Tom Brady. You'd have a pretty uniform agreement across the board. Most people hate us because they ain't us. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. Tom Brady's still the
you live in
GOAT
Tampa
and
now?
growing.
I didn't know that.
He's not the goat.
I don't really watch too much football. I just don't have time for it right now. But Tom Brady is the GOAT and growing. You know what I mean? Like
No,
he's
not the
defeated what 2 more records already this season. He's poised to defeat 2 more. I think if he plays another full season after this one, he will have every record. Literally every record. The only person that even comes close to even touch one of those records is Roethlisberger, and that horrible person is going to be probably retired.
Did they play D&D, Scott? I didn't know that. That's really interesting.
Oh. Tom Brady might play D&D. I can dream. He might hit me up one time and be like, "Hey, Scott, I heard you're a fan." Actually, I have to admit, I've been watching Lost Initiative, and I was wondering if you can introduce me to I'm like, oh.
You know, that Wade guy's pretty funny.
Oh, I found out something yesterday, too, that I didn't know. Ready for this? My
About
aunt...
your mom?
No. My aunt, who's I think like 51 or 52, apparently watches Markiplier. And because I made a reference to like a few of my different friends last night and some of the people that they knew, right? That was like part of conversation because I speak with my brothers or one of my parents are there. And my dad goes, "Oh, Markiplier, I know that name. I have to say, you have to be some sort of famous if you get people in their 50s knowing who you are." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And he was like, "Yeah, your aunt watches Markiplier." And I was like, "Wait, really? Like Auntie Jen? Like Auntie Jen Joy? Really? Oh, okay. Okay."
Hi, Auntie Jen.
Oh, she doesn't watch this. She has standards.
No, but
She has standards.
somebody could clip this and she might recognize me.
Maybe. All I know is that Rory uses my poor aunt because she has a little dog named Willow. It's like 5 pounds. I don't know what it is. It's not a real dog. It's like 5 pounds. And so Rory just like always hangs out with Auntie Jen to play with the dog. It's so funny.
Steve,
I'm
you
just
didn't
gonna
see
hang
my
on Auntie's room.
haircut?
Yeah, when did you announce that?
Tuesday.
Oh, you did officially? Cool.
Mhm. I've been posting some banger
Almost a full
TikToks.
week, huh?
Some banger TikToks. I didn't know you had TikTok.
Where have you been?
Oh, I don't TikTok. Like the only TikToks I see are the ones that Rena forwards me. And she stopped doing that like a month and a half ago. She actually doesn't really talk to me much in the month and a half. I think Rena's just mad at me. I think our friendship is on the outs. It started when her coffee ran out.
You know what? I'm not liking him anymore. I ran out of coffee.
Was it her guest appearance on Wednesday that made her hate you so much?
No,
You
I think what it
forced her
is
to
she's like,
interject in Wade's story.
she's like, she just looks hard down the camera and she's like, Scott really grinds my gears. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, making a droid joke. Really?
It's also a
coffee
joke.
grinder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joke.
Yeah. It was like good. I thought
Yeah,
it was well written.
my friendship requires coffee.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me. My friendship with several people requires me to have coffee prior to spending time with them. So I get it.
Don't worry, friends of mine. I don't require coffee to be friends with you.
I'm joking. Mostly.
Not. I definitely have friends that I require
I like
coffee
the
to.
mostly. I like the mostly statement at the end of that, Rena.
Joking. Mostly.
Yeah, it's okay, Rena. It's cool. I know that you require various substances to spend time with me. So doesn't my wife. So I think we're doing well. So why was that in my pocket?
There are
was
days
like, what?
Scott makes me want to drink.
Yeah, there are days where Scott makes me want to drink too. So last night I had one beverage. Yeah, one. It was nice. My brothers. I saw Eric Tyler.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in person. Like I touched his face.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you have to
Sick.
get the stool first?
No. Though I did hold back from
Sorry, he's
slapping
tall.
both my. This is the first time ever where I hung out with my parents, and both of them are very vulgar in front of my parents, which I don't cuss in front of them, and I did not slap either of them in the face or make comments of their vulgarity, for I think the first time ever, and I won't
You
lie.
cuss in
Slap
front of your
parents?
in
I
front of your
never
parents?
swear in front of my parents.
Are you serious?
Like when I've been, I think twice ever when I was just truly like, so one time when Beth and I broke up, like how old am I? 36. So like 14 years ago when Beth and I broke up, I was on the phone with my mom just trying to cope with the situation, and I swore. I think I said bullshit when I was on the phone with her. And there was another time when I was very angry about something else, and I said fuck 3 times in a row.
What did she
'cause I was
say?
handling. She doesn't. She like she understands that if Scott's swearing, clearly there's like a
A problem. Yeah.
like he's hanging on by a thread, you know.
Hmm.
Because I just
Mhm.
don't cuss in front of my parents. Like it's one of those things where like I may have slipped before, and I immediately apologize, you know, like because I just don't swear in front of my parents. I think it's disrespectful. So. But on the flip side, I usually don't swear in front of other people's parents either. Like I don't swear in front of Brittany's parents. I wouldn't swear in front of your parents.
That I get. Yeah.
I mean, I know
Sure, you
Norway's
can swear in
older
front
than
of
my
my parents.
parents, but you know, he's not
I
famous.
read the room before I swear,
Yeah.
Scott, can I make you angry?
I mean,
but
probably
I
not.
generally don't swear as a person.
I genuinely, Scott, enjoy this. Does that make you angry?
No, I used to drink SoCo when I was 17. So,
That's
you know, we're
illegal.
about the same, about on the same level. I think
That's
you are
illegal,
as
Scott.
I was back then.
Scott, you are
I like it.
incriminating yourself
Yeah, you
live
can't.
on the air.
Monk of TOS, you can't
It
say
is
that.
it is legal to drink alcohol in Massachusetts under the age of 21. It's illegal to purchase alcohol in Massachusetts under the age of 21.
I thought, can you still? You can't smoke anymore though until you're 21, right?
You cannot have marijuana. I think you can still have cigarettes.
No. I
18.
don't think you can buy cigs until you're 21 now.
Oh,
I
that's
think they changed
awesome.
it.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I'm fine with that.
So you can
So-
technically drink in Massachusetts before you can smoke. That's awesome.
Well, because there's certain circumstances a parent or guardian has to provide it for you. In this scenario, that wasn't the case. I would go to, I would go to like Fridays,
Stop.
and I would
Scott,
order.
that's a great
Stop
story, but we all know it's
incriminating
not
yourself.
true.
It's not
Monk of
incriminating.
TOS.
It's not incriminating.
It is incriminating.
It's got to be like.
It's
statute
well
of
beyond statute
limitations,
of
right?
limitations. Well beyond.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter whether it's
I was
beyond
17,
statute.
19 years ago.
But it's still
Doesn't
it's still
matter if
ille-
it's
it
statute
still
of
breaks terms of
limitations.
service.
It's still from the technicality of stating that what you are stating being a crime is incriminating. Whether or not it can be actively pursued is beyond that point. It is still incriminating.
Yeah, I think Twitch will still get mad at you for saying that. So you were 21 when you started drinking Southern Comfort? That's awesome to hear, dude.
Absolutely not.
22. Oh, okay. I see.
I also used to smoke pot prior to 2014 or wherever they legalized it. So,
Scott, stop.
oh no. Either way,
Dude, I fucking love Southern Comfort, though. I can't stop drinking this shit. It's so good.
it's too sweet for me.
Oh, it's what I want.
But when I would have it, because I didn't know how to drink alcohol back then, I had SoCo and Coke. So,
Oh, did you?
yeah.
Hmm. That's really weird that you'd have Selco and Coke.
Well, I definitely
good.
don't condone underage usage of any substances, and I think that you absolutely should not. Like, absolutely should not. But,
I'd like to say don't do drugs unless prescribed by a doctor for a particular need or requirement.
Yeah, but my
And
doctor
even then, if
won't
a
let me
doctor's
do
giving you
LSD
drugs,
anymore.
question it. Like, I mean, doctors will give kids opioids over things that they really just don't need opioids for. Like, it's a
Some
genuine problem.
doctors, sure.
The problem. So, anyways,
It is not green.
Unless you're a cool kid.
Wow. Wow.
If you're
green,
cool
wow.
in school, then do whatever you please.
but back to, or I should say, to get this game started.
Thank God.
You don't need to thank me. I'm here for you.
Oh, no, sorry, I was thinking Kanye. My mistake.
Oh yeah, I get confused with Kanye a lot. We have a lot of
Wait, how many health points did I have
intersections.
at the end of last session? Because I accidentally increased.
You got them all back.
No, I didn't.
I
Don't
don't
ask any more
remember,
questions.
bro,
You got them all
but
back.
I think it was like 5 or 6. It was something like that.
Yeah, it was
It was
pretty
a low
low.
number.
I'm gonna put 5.
No, you can put 6.
Here,
Put 6. We'll be
I'm putting
nice.
5.
let me roll a
I'm putting
d10.
5.
Did you
I'll
guys
roll
just level up,
D10
or
here,
is that
this
the
is how
other
many you have.
campaign?
We're going to level up at the end of the season.
Oh yeah,
You got 7.
So what's most likely happening
you
this
had
session,
7.
to be clear, is we only have a little bit left of the RP and the important stuff here, and then there was that one thing you guys wanted to do in Osto, and that's kind of it for the season, right? So I suppose Rena, I know it really helps you to like channel your Zen Chi Kai focus. Can you give us a recap of last session?
We left on a good cliffhanger of Abstergo, so I hope you remember that.
By the way, Rena, I entirely forgot about the danger of you traveling there. It was totally like that whole like, oh, you have to grab the thing and pull it, and that like there was actually supposed to be a legitimately like a genuine concern, but it was like so late into the session that we actually got to you doing
We
that
rolled
because you failed.
for it though.
But there was like another extra layer of thing.
Oh,
I entirely
we
forgot
rolled
about.
for the exhaustion.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
all we did.
I do have 1 layer of exhaustion. Yeah.
Yeah, but that was the 6 points for. But there was like the extra. But I entirely forgot. Which
I think
is like,
I remember. Yeah.
Oh,
We
well.
got carried away.
That's okay. But do you want to give us the recap of last session?
No.
I mean, I was there at the end of it, and that's it. So I think Scott should give the recap because he constantly forces us to.
It's to get you in the mood. It's to.
Well, it's
Marty
your
said.
turn. It's your turn to get me in the mood.
All right, Messi, that's all you, buddy.
Are you sure?
Tittle Tyler, please.
You really want me to do it?
Yes.
All right, where did we start? Where did we start? Did
You
we,
were traveling with.
I mean-
Jen.
how many
to be
legs did you
clear-
have at the
to be
beginning of
clear-
the last camp?
To be clear,
session?
even Norwegian Green gave you guys a bit of luck to start the session.
Okay.
Oh my God! Has Green turned to like regicide again?
No.
No.
He's
Uh,
hoping to get you out of a deer as swiftly as possible.
Rena, how many legs did you
All right,
have? when
so we need
started
to
last week?
stay in a deer. I don't know why, but we need
1.5, Betsy.
1.5. That was where we started. Okay. Okay, so I think the whole first half of the session was Yondis's boat ride, where I tried to annoy chat as much as possible, and I was not sober, so I don't remember most of that.
Oh, there's also the incidents of Jen, and oh my God, yeah, there's a lot of this that you don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember all of that. I remember getting on a boat with Jen.
All right. I'm not gonna watch you struggle.
And we landed.
Yandis
I don't
took
think anything
the
happened.
boat with Jen all the way to it wasn't all the way to God, I don't remember what city. I remember they passed like a small
They
city.
went through
that,
Hod
like, got
Gwend, and they
destroyed.
went through Forvin. Sorry, Harrod, and finally stopped in Forvin. In Forvin, they got off and started traveling by foot
By
to bring the
foot.
rest of the way there.
Uh-huh.
That's where they got to travel to the rougher area. Stopped at the rim, sent out the scouts. I'll let you take over from there.
Sent out the scouts who went and like murdered 2 people. They used one of the guys, or they brought one of the guys' bodies back, and Jen, I should say, turned Yondis into the dead guy.
The crypt keeper.
She switched their like faces essentially, so he's like got the face of this guy, so he can stay disguised because he brought that up to her. He was like, "Hey, I'm not really supposed to be here, so like, can you help with that?" And she was like, "All right, whatever, dude." And so she does that, and then they make their way into the actual university.
Hold on, was it downtown?
No,
Okay.
into the university.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
And they almost make it all the way to where they're supposed to go, except they get kind of stopped by like some of the guards who recognize Yondis, or the dead guy's face anyway, and they're like, "Oh my God, dude!" And they, they're like buddy or whatever. And so they talked to him for a while, and he was like, "Haha, yeah, just busy, and then uh Jaeger
Leon
was there.
Yeager, yeah.
Leon Jaeger was there.
When you were visiting Aslan.
Yeah, and so he like passed Yondis, not Yondis, in the hall and was like, aren't you supposed to be on like whatever duty, perimeter
Scout.
duty or scout?
Yeah. Usually
whatever?"
somebody that's higher up, that high up in rulership wouldn't notice those things, but the current kingdom is so small that he has direct control over pretty much everything. So
Over everybody. Yeah.
well, all the military people, not like, everybody.
Yeah. And so he's already like kind of sus of Giannis, and Giannis is just like, okay, well, I gotta go talk to Aslan about something because he called me specifically. Okay, bye. And so they make their way to Aslan. He's like, Aslan, it's me, Giannis, and he's like, oh, didn't see you there. Who's your friend? And Giannis is like, I'm not a friend. And Aslan's like, what the fuck? What are you really gonna take her down there to see Ophios? And he's just like, yep. And Aslan's like, okay, I guess. Then Jaeger like busts in, and like as he does so, Jen Mollis is like deuces and smokes her way down there
Whoa.
to where she like
Cheech and Chong style.
Yeah, down to where Ophios is because she now knows the location and doesn't need Giannis. So Giannis gets stuck, gets taken by Jaeger to like their prison or whatever, and he's MIA for the rest of the episode.
Before you continue, an important thing that was missed was while they were making their way into the area where the guards noticed them, they were actually attacked. Specifically, not even by
the bird that was
by the firebird.
The firebird that what's his name put out.
Long-time viewers know who Athena is and know that Athena only attacks evil people. So the important distinction here for viewers as opposed to the PCs or the characters, because they wouldn't know this, is this kind of is a telltale sign of what kind of person, what's her name is.
Jen Mollis.
Jen Mollis, because beforehand it was kind of questionable. Like she definitely didn't seem good, but this kind of puts nails in the coffin, if you will. Continue, Rena. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jen Mollis got attacked, so she was kind of wounded already. Anyway, she makes her way underground and confronts Elijah. I have no idea what they talked about because we didn't really see that portion of it, but they did speak before Ophios manages to break out of his tank or whatever, and then at the same time, that's when Rena and Abstergo show up. Flashback to Rena and Abstergo. He shows up, is like, okay, we gotta go now. So like, are you ready? And she's like, dude, I've been ready. Like, you keep showing up. We haven't left yet, so like, let's get the hell out of here. He's like, okay, but before we go, and then makes her a prosthetic out of that fine sand material that was like that we found in the temple that one time forever ago.
It's just astral material.
Okay.
Yeah, he like not astral project. Sorry.
He just crafts it.
He uses it's called psycho metabolism. No, psycho. I can't think of the words right now. I'm so sorry, but he more or less, like you said, creates it with astral material. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Crafts her like a new foot essentially, which like attaches itself to her, and it's apparently very painful, but she's too stubborn, so she just walks on anyway, deals with it. And then he's like, all right, we're gonna astral project, but then we're also gonna drag our bodies there. It's extremely dangerous, so like, fair warning. And she's like, yeah, all right, well, I don't really have another choice, so let's do it. So he basically has to sneak her out because nobody knows that he's like taking her. So they go to like the pantry or whatever, and he like crushes up a bunch of garlic and onions to like mask the smell of honeysuckle, because he did put that honeysuckle barrier around both of us. So question, Scott, do I still have that or no? Was that just for the astral travel?
This is the part that I forgot. Was the dangers of you being left behind and what could have happened while you were still there. They put that, as I described to some people in the post and one of the chats and whatnot before. The time he put his hand on the door, he was using a specific power called Synesthete to be able to like more or less see what he hears. And then he put up that barrier, the kinetic barrier with the honeysuckle. That was actually a physical barrier between one side of the room and the other side, as opposed to you yourself. I actually forgot to roll for something happened to your physical bodies while you were over there. So he accounted everything for you in the astral and the pulling back and blah 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 blah. But I totally forgot to account for the actual danger of your physical bodies, which was again foolish of me. But what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Oh well.
Happens.
Yeah.
So we do that, and then astral travel goes totally fine. And then we end up pulling our bodies back. It kind of takes a minute. So like at that point, Ophios had already broken out of the tank. Elijah was like in the middle of attacking Ophios when Rena was like, "Stop, dude." And he's like, "Oh," and throws like the ice dagger at her, but then realizes it's her and drops it. And then
That was also after Ophios very painfully said Elijah's name.
yeah, and so but he didn't really recognize him. He was like, "Ophios, is that really you?" And Ophios is like, "Yeah." Rena's like, yeah, like who else would it be? Doesn't make any sense. He's the only one down here. You've been down here the whole time. Like, wake up." Jen Mollis like went and turned into a bird and like straight up disappeared. I don't know that she made it out of the cave. Like, she might still be down there somewhere, but we have no idea as of right now. Abstergo also
I just
makes
want to
it.
chime in because I do remember this part. She said that she would have to, once she gets down there, stay a night before she can get back
So
up.
she is
She's
still
definitely
down there somewhere. Yeah, so
She has to use too many spells or whatever before she can. Oh, here comes the hype train. Before she could come back because she had to use that other spell for you guys to fly. So yeah, as you were saying, continue. I'm sorry, Rena.
Once more with feeling.
So sorry, I lost my train of thought. So before Elijah leaves the room, he's basically like, I don't know, something's come over me. Like, I like just get the feeling that that thing like shouldn't exist. Blah blah. Like, I really want to attack Ophios, but I know that I shouldn't. So I need to like leave. And so he leaves the room. Rena checks on Ophios, which he's not doing great, but she's like, "Yo, we gotta get out of here like ASAP. We cannot stay here." And he's like, "Okay," like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but okay. She like notices the differences in his appearance. She did ask Elijah where Yondis was and found out that he never made it. So as for right now, he's not there. So she goes to leave to find Elijah and Jen Mollis, and that's
Correct.
pretty
We
much
should, by
where
the
we
way,
left
you know
off.
this whole area down here because it's where you smash to the floor and all that stuff. So is that a big area for her to hide? You know what I mean? And you know that some little spell was used at one point in time. Unfortunately, a very little spell. It barely hurt whoever it hit. They made their check or whatever. So she hurt somebody a little bit. And more or less, she used like a version of Lolark's Minor Drain just to kind of like heal a little bit. But the person made the save, so she barely got anything off.
Oh
of her.
yeah, she got hit. Hold on. She
The
got hit
poo-poo
by
kicked out of her
Elijah.
beep
Yeah.
beep. Yeah.
But then before that too, Elijah also put up a ice storm or whatever, and both Ophios and I took a shitload of damage from that.
But you realize afterwards the reason why she like it's not like there's any adversity. Well, granted, Rena has her own reasons to have thoughts of her, right? But she was actually trying to stop Elijah from killing
Yes.
Ophios. So there's no anger at what happened between her and Elijah. You have your own reasons to be angry. Though she's done nothing directly negative towards you ever, she also hasn't exactly been the nicest person. Like, you're a criminal. She's the person that was oversee your being held. Whether or not you have personal vendettas, and that's up to you. But there is no reason, like, she wasn't the one that broke your leg in the first place, or cut the leg off, or attacked Elijah or anything like that, right? So, anyways, now that's understood. Let us get into the game. So, yeah. Why don't we recap is done. Tyler, you're on the floor in an considerable amount of ouchies. You're muted as well.
I'm in the hole.
Yeah, you're on the floor in the hole.
I forgot to mention that too. I did.
Abstergo was saying something at the end of last session, if you remember that train of thought you were in, Scott.
He was speaking to Ophios.
You need to listen to the end of the last session.
He knelt down and he was saying to Ophios, what exactly was the feed up? Remind me. I can get right back into it.
I don't remember the line. That's not my job.
I have to go listen to myself?
Yes, go listen to yourself.
Oh, I just gotta work.
I just know it ended on a good cliffhanger.
Hold on.
Hey, Snake Boy, check TMs while he's searching.
I've had so many meetings. I do not have the brain power to remember the line.
I have to try to find where in the session that even would have been prior to
It was
our...
at the very end.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean shit because there's the time to leavey bits. You know what I mean? So
We kind of jetted pretty quick last time.
I have to try to find this bullshit. I've no idea.
I would say about 15 minutes from the end.
Because we're going away for a couple days for Brittany's birthday / my anniversary. Okay, I gotta turn up the volume. I can't hear shit.
Happened last time he was in Maine.
So I'm gonna punch Mercy in the face.
Sorry.
I said as often, Gil.
What?
The fees up is we have a lot to talk about.
I have no
Posted
idea.
2
If you guys
videos
are talking,
on
I hear
Instagram,
layered
TikTok.
talking.
Please check those out and give me
Oh,
Saga
you mentioned TikTok.
Yeah, Scott.
But this is during Rena's announcement.
Boy doesn't pay attention to me.
I don't know which
So,
layer is talking at me right now.
There was a
'Cause
level
it's
1
just your
hype train.
voices.
We have to find out who gets to bring my
Sooner.
Can you stay with Ophios?
Feel
Yeah,
up,
going
Snug.
front.
What is that phrase?
Hold on. Ophios and I have much to catch up on.
She'll go to walk out of the room.
Ophios and I
And
have
he'll
much
kneel
catch up
down
on.
to Ophios.
Kneels down to Ophios.
Place a hand on his shoulder.
Place the hand on his shoulder.
Unburned by the flesh.
Unburned by the
So
flesh.
he
say-
crawls into the hole, or he just reaches into the hole?
Reaches in. Reaches into the
Okay.
hole.
Actually, no. The portable hole.
Oh yeah, because he dropped down.
He
He's
just
an
floats down
allocator.
into it.
Okay.
Kneels down. Places
Yeah.
the hand on his no shoulder. You have no shoulder right now. You're a snake.
Yeah.
Places the hand on the scales
Yeah.
and says, "Ophios, it's finally been done." And with that, we're gonna stop because I have to get up early tomorrow.
Oh, he says
to
Ophios has
bring
finally been
my,
done.
The trash that was left in the front lawn over at the other place.
I don't really
the
care about
whole
what's
bunch
going
of
on in your
trash
personal
over
life.
there.
Shut up.
I have to bring it to the city.
Shut up. Nobody cares what you got. Okay. Ophios, we have much to talk about. And he says, Ophios, it's finally been done. With his hand on his shoulder. And then Rena walks out of the room to go and find Trash Lady. Cool. Did you expect me to follow that up with an immediate line afterwards?
It was something about there was a lot to talk about, apparently. I don't...
Yeah, he
What
said
was
there's a
the
lot to
line
talk
that you
about.
said?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it sounded like you had a cliffhanger of him about to talk about a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Um, it's just in the music. There we go. Okay, so he kneels down. We have a lot to talk about, and he says, "Ophios, it's finally been done." And Ophios, you would of course kind of like lying there. How do you like react? How are you positioned to give me a description of Ophios' current state?
He's in snake form, curled up, because he's hurt and tired and exhausted and weak.
That's it.
Yeah, so he's like curled up in snake form, like an injured snake would be.
Sure. If he looks pretty injured at the moment, he would just, which I know he's at 6 health points. He would simply say to him, actually, at this point, he would say, "Perhaps you should rest now. There's time. There's not much of it, but there is time."
Obvious will just close his eyes then.
Again, he could just easily levitate. It's not an effort for him. So he kind of floats up to the rim of this thing and doesn't like fold it up or anything like that. We just kind of walk about the room and kind of like go poking about it. Rena, we'll cut to you for a moment. You're going to go walking out the room looking for Elijah, who went off looking for what's her name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you walk out of the room. Just give me a quick perception check.
I'm rolling this at disadvantage, right?
Yeah, because you're 1 level of exhaustion or whatever it is.
Okay.
You walk out of the room. You're not feeling very good. It's just, unfortunately, you just feel so tired. You just really feel like you could use a delivery of Borealis coffee to your house. for you to, wake up and appreciate Scott again. So
Is this looking for Elijah perception?
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Even
Elijah.
just looking
and also-
around too, though.
Sorry,
No,
my brain is scatterbrained, so it's like I'm missing segments of what's happening. So I apologize.
So you're good, Tyler. So you just take a moment to kind of like relax your own brain bit. So Rena, you were able to my brain's not working. You're able to kind of like walk out there. You can see the big hole in the floor that you had put beforehand during your previous combat with the baby. And you can see the various rooms that are out there. Walk around those rooms. You have like a few moments of like you glances at the rooms, but I mean, if they were walking, talking, moving about, whatever it is, you'd be able to find them relatively easily. But this upper area, don't forget, it's semi-collapsed. As you discussed forever ago, and you have a lot of memories here, so it's not like you really want to spend too much time in this area anyways. You don't find them particularly quickly, kind of like moseying about and moving a bit lackluster, probably distracted by everything that's going on. You finally have Ophios back, but then you left him behind in what should be friendly hands, if that's even what you want to call them. Eventually you get to the point where you have to make the decision. Do you want to jump down because they're most likely down below? Or do you want to stay up here where Ophios and Abstergo are?
Ugh. Jumping down is going to be harder than it normally is for me because of the whole prosthetic thing. And she's exhausted, so this sounds like a bad idea. But...
It's not like it's a crazy drop, but it is not without needing a check. It is athletics
I
check.
figured that was the
And
the
you're
case.
still not used to that foot, which you already mentioned.
I'm not trying to break the other ankle.
That'd be so fucking funny if you did.
I would quit. I'd be like, you know what? She dies. Rocks fall. She's dead. Move on.
I mean, I tried to rocks fall and kill you guys several times. It just doesn't work.
We're too quick.
Make the DC higher next time.
Where's the guy with the fishing rod with $1 on it saying you got to be quicker than that? Whoa.
I'll have a rocks fall and have the DC be 25. And you guys are like, bro, that's obnoxiously high. And I'm like, but you still fucking made it. So, anyways.
I don't know. I guess she'll just stay up here. She thinks it's a bad idea, but at the same time, she like needs to find both of them.
You can yell.
Yeah, well, yeah. Are they gonna hear me? Better yet, are they gonna respond? No, probably not.
So it's up to you. Do you want to call out?
Yeah, I guess she'll call out.
It's not like it's a
for Elijah.
huge place down there. It's not like it's a huge place down there. You know that your voice will echo.
She would just call for him then.
Point made, Messy. I made my point. So she calls out
I have
Elijah.
plus 10. I just want to say I have a plus 10.
Elijah Genmalis. Is that we call out?
No, just Elijah.
Just calling out Elijah.
Mm.
So you call out Elijah's name, trying to see if he responds, and he doesn't respond at first. At least not after the first call. Would you call a second or a third time?
Yeah, she would try because she can't jump down, so she's gonna try.
So probably the last time you call out, it's one of those like lackluster, like Elijah, like probably like that tone that's like, this is the last time I'm gonna call for you, and then you go into your room, sort of a thing. And then he eventually he kind of like comes into view, walks around into view, and says, "Yes." So he's like looking up at you.
I can't come down there. Well, not safely.
He shakes his head, kind of confused. It's like the drop isn't that large.
Oh, can you just come up here then?
The climb is a little difficult. Is this something you needed?
Yeah. I think we should talk.
He nods. He says, perhaps you should come down here then. Hold on. And he starts working magic and weaving magic and whatnot. And after a little bit of time, he actually kind of like throws out a bit of some like cold magics. You don't understand it well enough to know what the magic was originally meant to be or whatever it is. But he manipulates that magic enough that it literally makes like an ice slide coming down there. It's a little bit rough, but it definitely gets the trick done where you can, I mean, Rena probably has never really experienced a slide, It's like they had modern day children's toys back then, right?
You don't
So-
need to ride on slides. It's called a mud hill.
So I go down the
Not
slide.
all of us are from Ohio.
That's not an Ohio thing. That's an everywhere thing. In fact, closer to you, more likely.
I actually just looked it up, and mud hills are actually native to Cincinnati. So
Yeah.
No, they are not.
You can't even get them in Cleveland. Even Cleveland is a higher tier than Cincinnati.
Cleveland is flat as hell.
Exactly. Can't even get them in Cleveland. And here we have slides, you know. Texas.
Yeah, here we make things out of materials that then get thrown away and become trash called plastic, Scott. Be proud about that.
We do that everywhere.
Yeah,
America.
Proud.
So anyways, the
I use nature, so fuck off.
Rena, so you it makes a kind of like a rudimentary slide. So imagine your character kind of like realizing what to do because she's not an idiot. Sits down on it to be careful and slides down, and there's a moment there where you're genuinely nervous. Like imagine going down a slide for the first time ever as an adult.
We have no
like-
control on going down. Yeah.
And you go down really quickly because it's ice, right? But
It's
at the same
also
time, it's
cold.
exciting.
Roll me a con save for whether you're
It's okay.
frostbitten ass.
No. Rena, the character has really hot buns. I've seen the depiction. It's okay. It's okay. Hot cross buns, I should say. So and all of a
But
sudden, a
it's
bunch of children
hell
start walking in
ice,
and singing the song.
So it's colder.
That's true. It is colder. But it's okay, Tyler, because she's as cold as ice.
I just
Willing
want
to
to.
sacrifice.
I just want Rena to roll a con save for the hell of it.
Rena, can you roll a con save just to make Tyler happy?
Okay.
The save does
DC's
not
2?
matter.
Will you let me RP after that, Tyler?
No. Yes. Maybe.
It's
You
14.
made it.
There you go. Okay. So, Rita, you slide down there, and we kind of hit the ground. You hit the ground like, oof. Like it's one of those things where you're kind of like nervous as to how quickly or slow you would stop. So you hit with a big like, oof. Because never been on a slide before. He'll go over and extend a hand to help you up. I imagine you don't take it just because you're always like, meh.
No, she takes it.
Okay. Helps you up, and he'll actually see you struggling to stand up, and he'll say, "What's wrong?" Oh, because he has the observant feat, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he's extremely observant. I fucked up my leg.
Apparently, that doesn't look like your leg.
That's because it's not.
It doesn't look like a casting over either.
Actually, Abstergo made it. It's a sort of fake limb.
Was your legs amputated?
I told you I fucked it up.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rena. How long ago?
She thinks about that for a second because she's like, concept of time. I have no idea. If she had to guess, probably a week.
It's one of those things. It's like right before I spoke to you last time.
Yeah, it was literally like, remember the last time we spoke?
Yes, when you were just a disembodied voice.
That's when, yeah, that's when it happened.
It's very recent. How have you been coping with it?
I'm sure you can imagine how.
Never lost a limb, but I understand what it means to lose a part of yourself.
Haven't exactly been focusing on it with everything else going on.
Well, we can take your mind off it if that helps, he says, kind of like messy role-playing, staggering, awkward.
Shifts feet. What did you mean with what you said before
Shakes his head.
about Ophios?
I'm not sure which part of it. He looks into one of the open doors and kind of gestures in there for you guys to walk in.
Okay.
You guys go
Yeah.
walking in, and there's like, it's not, remember, this place down here is better preserved than upstairs, but it's still really friggin' old, not to mention combat and whatnot. So you can kind of like see a spot where you can go lean up against or sit down if you'd like. And the door that's there, he does shut it. Because remember, the doors were originally closed and they're opened by the creatures that you eventually just kind of slaughtered, right?
Right.
Undead, granted, not to paint a bad picture here. They were undead, but you had slaughtered all of them. Or destroyed them, I should say, is a more accurate phrasing. Anyway, so he shuts that door with a click. Like it actually has like a proper like click shut afterwards. And he walks over to give you guys kind of a bit of privacy. He's like, what part of it?
I guess she'll go to sit down on whatever's nearby.
Mhm.
Why did you leave?
Um,
What you said before you left.
Again, Ophios, we are, I don't know. I feel, not an anger. I don't want to use the word hatred either. It's complex, but there's almost like a disdain between myself and Ophios. Which doesn't make sense. I'm racking my brain intellectually why that would be there, and instead it's just emotionally there. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ophios can be difficult, and he's not a good person. But he's also never done wrong by me personally.
I imagine you felt similarly before he was out of the tank then? Maybe you just...
I did what I
Just
came to
bury
do,
him.
to watch after him and keep him cool enough that it would slow down the process. Slowing down the process would make it safer for him. We discussed all this beforehand. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, I could see it was not a pleasant experience, the cooling, the slowing down process. And it didn't bother me. You can roll an insight check, disadvantage.
Trash.
I describe Messi that way every time I talk about him. So he says yeah, it didn't bother me that it was an uncomfortable conversation.
Why is she rolling with disadvantage on that?
She's
'Cause I
tired.
have exhaustion level
Yeah, but
1.
she also knows him, you know?
Oh, that's fair.
True.
You're supposed to roll normal because you're supposed to have
True.
advantage. Yeah, roll normal. You're a good call, Messi. Ha! Oh my god, that was amazing. I was like, I got your no.
Okay. Doesn't fucking matter. Damn, I got distracted. Has it always been that way, then?
No.
For you?
No. It's new. Something about maybe whatever he's become. He
It's not the
seems different, and I feel different towards him. Everything's changed. It's hard to describe. I'm trying to intellectualize it, but it's not easy to do.
It's not the only different thing about you, is it?
No, I've noticed that much of my work, much of my research, it's starting to come into its own. If you look at how the way I've developed when I've not been on the road, but actually been able to spend a considerable amount of personal time with Lady Arceum, or the amount of time working under the Lord to oversee the soldiers, the battlefield planning and the like. It's different types of stress without exhausting me, and it's strong guidance. It's allowed me to truly develop myself into something greater than I ever was before. I no longer feel like a part of me is withering away. I no longer feel like I'm losing myself, but instead have found it.
And you think that your illness just vanished like
No.
that?
Absolutely not. What they did to me was something that I will have to live with. The scars will always be there, but whatever amount of suffering I've had up until this point, I'm not going to say it was worth it, but it does seem to have paid off. I don't forgive anybody, but at least I can understand why they were looking for this power. It was supposed to be a tipping point for altering the course of the battle against the Arcane Congress's support of Paradel. Nobody should have to suffer this way. And this should not belong to anybody but those that have had to suffer to obtain it. But if you're just looking at numbers on paper, I understand why they were trying to gather it. It does make me question the nature of the research, who it was that originally funded it or came up with it, how many others had suffered through it. Obviously, you remember. Kind of trails off. You, of course, knowing who he's talking about.
She
His
stands.
ex-wife.
Actually,
Huh?
she stands. It kind of like does that thing like in, conversation. She like walks past him, but is still talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
Elijah, I have something to tell you that you're not going to want to hear.
You're pregnant with Yondas's baby.
That's not canon. Sorry. Bro, I just lost a limb. What the
But you gained 4 more.
Gov. Wanna try again?
Okay. He just looks at you with a not a blank stare, but with curiosity, but giving you your time to put together your words. Unlike Yondas, Elijah understands allowing a moment to collect thoughts.
Do you remember that axe that I had? The one that seemed to glow like brimstone?
You had collected it around when we defeated the bugbear.
Do you
I think it
remember
was
what
actually
happened?
in that fight, if I remember correctly.
Do you remember what happened when I used it?
You mean against the trolls and the Mouthers?
Yes.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of witnessing what transpired, but that axe gave me pause. But at the same time, much was at stake, so I didn't much dwell on it.
Well, and I'm sure you noticed that thing has been taken care of from down here.
Hmm?
The last time I was here, I killed it.
You had mentioned that in your notice that you had sent to me when asking, or in our correspondence, when you had asked me to come here.
I killed it using that axe.
He nods, but like a small nod, and he's waiting apprehensively because like he doesn't fully understand what the axe was, but he does know that it was significant.
Upon killing it, a demon appeared. Apparently, I had fulfilled some contract. It wasn't the same demon as before. This was larger.
Not to be pedantic, but I believe the word you're looking for is devil.
She just nods. He offered me 3 boons.
And you have, of course, denied them.
No response.
He allows the time to linger. He holds your eyes. Like, as long as you're looking at him, he'll hold your gaze.
Mm-hmm.
again, there's apprehension. So
The rest of the creatures that were down here, we would have been trapped if I hadn't done something. So I used one for that.
to defeat whatever it was that you were trapped here with.
She nods.
I wouldn't exactly say a noble choice, but survival is important if you intend to be successful. He says, trying to make excuses for a friend.
The second time, or the second one I used to ask for the contract. Yondis and Ophios were pretty set on trying to help get me out of it somehow. Of course, that was pretty fruitless, and I had already made a decision. The third one I used.
He says, I have a feeling like this third one, I'm not going to like to hear what you have to say. Is this what you used to alter Ophios to affect his transformation? Is this the reason why I feel such a disdain towards him? Because he's something otherworldly?
No, what Ophios did was his own choice.
Good. I'd hate to think that there was devil blood or the like inside of Ophios. We'll have to parse through whatever it is that's happening, but
Elijah,
he is still a
I used it on you.
His face drops and he continues to hold gaze. I don't know how much time you're willing to let pass in silence.
Just a few seconds, and then she'd say, I used it for you.
For me? I think your first phrasing was likely more accurate.
Right.
What did you do, Rena?
I asked for you to be the best version of yourself.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. All right, I just wasn't thinking. I just did it.
I had no say in this. I wasn't consulted. I wasn't given a choice. Neither by you nor the infernal magics at work.
I was trying to help.
But in what way? At what cost?
You know how much you risked to help Ophios and I? How much you gave up? How that illness was killing you?
And yet I only just started paying the price. He takes a moment like to gather his thoughts, his breath, and takes like a deep breath and says, maybe I'm coming off a bit too harsh. I'm shocked, I'm upset, and so I'm being rather emotional right now. I have to admit, I'm furious, but as angry as I am, I don't feel it, I suppose, boiling to the surface. I don't know how to handle this, so instead I'll try to keep my cool.
I shouldn't have done it. I'm sorry. All the changes sounded great. Everything seemed fine. I just didn't realize it would lead to this feeling or whatever you have now.
Rena, you were dealing with otherworldly powers greater than all of us. And whatever... I don't know how to consume this. I thought I had a I don't know what to make of this. Do I even belong to me anymore?
Your decisions are your own. You can still
Are they?
do what you need to do.
Would I have chosen to attack Ophios?
No.
I didn't expect our reunion to play out like this. I need time to digest whatever this is.
I understand.
You and Ophios need to leave here. However it is you're going to do it, you need to leave here. You
I
can
know.
spend the night if need be. I think I need to be separated from you. Perhaps you should stay in the upper chambers since I down here until we're able to figure out what to do next. Because I truly don't know what to do next.
Did you happen to see Jen?
I was in the middle of a discussion with her when you started calling my name. I was trying to make amends for my actions against her. She is the enemy, to be clear. She's a ranking member of Paradome military. But she also was here as an ally to an ally. At least that's what it seems like. So I shouldn't have lashed out or injured her the way that I did. She could probably go check on her and see if her bandages are taking.
Okay, as long as we know where she is.
She's not a prisoner, is she? Does she have her own free will?
She goes to the door.
He'll, do you open the door yet or no?
She just goes to it and grabs the handle.
Okay. He stands up and says, I'll see it to you return upstairs.
Opens the door.
He'll start walking over towards it without saying a word.
She'll just walk toward the cliff edge to go back up to where Ophios is.
He uses a little incantation to modify the sled so it turns into more like a rough, slippery stairwell. And then he uses another one to kind of sprinkle a little bit of snow on top of it so it gets more crunchy. So it has a bit more grip for you to walk up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, and then kind of stops there, shakes his head, looks down and away, then turns and walks away to go into a different room.
She makes her way upstairs.
As you're walking up the stairs, the thing starts to melt. Not so quickly that you're like, you know what I mean? Or anything like that.
Running, yeah.
Yeah. But more or less like within the next like 8-10 minutes, whatever it is, the thing will end up being too unstable for anybody to stand on. Within the next like 20 minutes or so, for anybody to stand on with it like safely. Within the next 20 minutes or so, it completely melt into just a pile on the ground. And then eventually a puddle and whatnot. So
I'll go back into the room where Ophios and Abstergo were.
Yep. You're able to make your way back up there. He stays downstairs. You walk into where Ophios and Abstergo are. Abstergo is kind of like musing about the room, looking at various different things and the like. And you can see that as you walk into the room,
And close the door behind me.
It doesn't really shut.
Okay, well, just close it as best I could close it. I know
Yeah.
it's fucked up because of the last times we were here, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Abstergo says as you walk in the room, he goes, funny, I've seen this place many times without ever being here. Is what he'll say as he's kind of like, looking through something inside the place. And then, after he says that, after like a moment of, I imagine, pause from you, he'll turn to look at you, but we'll stop there. Messy. The door to the room that you're in opens up. Aslan comes walking in. He looks to the guard in the room and says, "You can leave us."
Yeah, as soon as Aslan walks in, he's probably like sitting on a bed or whatever, like chilling. And then when Aslan comes in, he'll get up and like scramble to the bar and like grab onto the bar and like be sticking his face through. Be like, Aslan?
You can leave us. What's his name?
Steve.
The Chosen asked me not to leave this location. That's why I'm giving you a direct order to leave. The Chosen said not to. So with all due respect, Curator, I think I will stay. Aslan looks at him and says, "If you have question as to whether or not I should be here, perhaps you should go and speak to Leon yourself. Then you can be duly doing as I ask, but also reporting to Leon to do as he asks." He looks like doesn't seem like that's what I was asked to do. But after a couple extra moments of Aslan just kind of like mean bugging him, he just says, "I'll go report this immediately to Leon." And then he kind of like walks out the door, and Aslan kind of like swings it shut with a snap behind him. Turns to you and says,
Good thinking, buddy.
"You guys are getting me in quite the predicament. I'm trying to do more for my
I
people.
know.
You're making this difficult."
I'm sorry. It wasn't supposed to go like that.
You were excommunicated. Not even. You weren't even a part of the... You were banned, exiled forever. You weren't supposed to come back, or however the phrasing works for the society. Why are you back?
We left Ophios behind, and we got some more info, so we the plans change. Sorry.
I mean, before you left, you could have just not pissed off Jaeger.
We were trying to get. I mean, we did leave Ophios behind. We were trying to get. We wanted to tell him, but he didn't like that.
Listen, every moment that passes is another moment that I can get myself into trouble. As it is, I don't know how things are
You've
going to
stuck your
play
neck out too far already.
Yeah, I'm aware. Especially considering what's going to happen next.
Huh?
He pulls from a pouch to his side. He draws out a very familiar looking cloak. This was delivered back. Our communications with Valorant, with Kurzfall, are strains and very quickly disintegrating. But it was still sent back, since you never joined back with them in Kurzfall. That's where you said you would go, and you chose not to. But luckily, she was wise enough to send it back this way, figuring you would eventually find your way here.
Oh my god. Okay, Aslan. We don't have a lot of time.
I know
We've
what
already
this
wasted
does.
too much.
I know what this does. Do you know how to do the math?
No. Can I get there from here?
If you know how to do the math.
I know how to get from inside the university, but I don't know how to get there from here.
Well, we're still inside the same building, just a different location.
Okay, which way should I go?
He
I know
says
about
to
the
you-
distance
The numbers
down.
don't matter, but he says from where you were before to where you are now, you're about X number of feet. It is about X number of feet back that way and up about 2 flights of stairs, like where you were, like your original starting point where you are now.
Okay.
He's like, you'll have to figure out the math on your own. Here it is. Good luck. Do not let me see you.
Yeah, he'll take it and put it on. Okay. You should probably leave then.
Yeah. He turns.
And wish me luck, because if I miss... Oh, okay. Bye.
He stopped when you started speaking again. He just says, just for all the difficulties you've made for me, at least see to it that Ophios succeeds.
Okay.
He opens up the door, closes it behind him.
The first thing I'm going to do, as soon as he's gone, is I'm going to hope and pray to God that the pills are wearing off. I'm assuming they're not, but he's going to try to make a soul knife.
When was the last time you were with her? Because you did it with your food, right? Oh, no, the problem is they don't last only 24 hours. And it's been less than 24 hours. You take it every 24 hours, but it lasts longer than that.
I figured, yeah.
It lasts
so
like
I
a good
can't-
day and a
okay.
half. It lasts like a good day and a half. That way, like if you miss one, there's time to catch up before it,
Okay.
So you try to make a soul knife, you're sitting there like,
Okay. So I have to jump there from here then.
it's like trying to walk when you've been sitting on the toilet for too long. Your leg's completely asleep, but no matter how hard you try, you can't lift your leg. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Like you can feel that your leg's there.
Yeah. No,
It's tingling and
Daily.
uncomfortable. And you
Daily,
can barely lift your leg. Yeah.
It's like how I feel right now because I had leg day the other day, except mine aren't tingly; they're just sore.
Tyler, every day with me is leg day, baby.
okay. I
No,
guess we have to
Scott.
jump there from here. Because in my mind, Jen's down there with Ophios and Elijah, and that's it. And I don't trust that, so I gotta go down too. I don't know if shit's already been taken care of, air quotes. So, alright. I guess I'm gonna jump from here.
You're gonna have to make an
So
intelligence
X
check
number of feet
because your character's gonna have to
that
sit
way.
there and like whether we grab a rock or a stick for the whatever it is, you're gonna have to do some math to figure out where to go. Also, you can just envision the spot as well, to be clear. So you have to do a little math to intelligence check. You were given a WW earlier, as I posted.
I
in
was.
chat.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. Intelligence flat? Or intelligence save?
Intelligence flat, but you can use the WW.
Okay, let's do that. I'm using my WW. Here we go.
Yeah, Wonder Woman, baby. You guys are all like trash today.
69?
Oh, he should get bonus points for that 69.
All right, Messi, next time I see you, I'll tap your booty.
Hey, Messi.
I mean, you were gonna
isn't
anyway, but
It's
okay.
an
It's just-
ability
I've-
check.
I've met Messi. It's like slapping a wall. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, but I can't, Tyler, because I'm on my pills.
there's no like cupping. You just
Oh, you
kinda,
don't
like,
get access to
slide
any
off,
of your abilities?
you know.
No.
Unfortunately,
Well, you could luck it to get it past 10.
All right, let's luck it to get it past 10.
talking about slapping your booty, and somebody named Maddie
12.
just followed. Thank you for the follow, Maddie.
We're out of luck? Oh, no.
12. Hey, that was Green's luck. Green gave us that luck. You can thank Green for that.
He also gave that WW.
Green, thank you.
Yeah.
Green. You're coming in clutch. Appreciate it.
With
Okay,
your 12,
Scott, I got a 12.
you do the math. So
Okay, well, let's jump down
I don't think 5e's as
yeah.
mean as the older editions, where if you land somewhere that's not safe, you take 1d6 damage per 5 feet of movement that you make beyond
Oh, I
that.
do.
Read it.
does
If
it?
I
Oh,
land somewhere
sweet.
that's occupied, we both take force damage, I think. But
So cool. Either way. So,
I believe I can give you the actual spell.
no, you're good. You're good. You're good. It's all good. So, I hear you, Norway. I know you're just your sleep schedule's a little off because you've been trying to recover. You get extra sleep, naps, whatnot here and there, trying to recover from your cold, from your very suspiciously lingering and strong
4d6.
cold.
46 force and you fail
yeah, it's
the
46. That
teleport.
sounds right.
Nori over there playing around with the Delta cold. Oh, okay. So you do successfully appear inside the cave. Unfortunately, the spot where you appeared into is literally as he looks back and says, as he says the line of, It's funny. I've been here many times, but it's the first time I visited. And then he like, kind of like looks away from what he's doing, looks back at Rena, right as Yondis appears directly where Rena is.
Oh God.
Ugh.
What does that mean?
It means you guys don't have a very nice community. So
Sucks.
was that 46 damage that you just said, Tyler?
46 and the teleport fails.
Yeah, so I don't leave.
Oh wait, the teleport fails.
Dimension
Yeah,
door.
I don't leave the
spell
room.
Literally says, if you arrive in a place already occupied by an object or creature, you and any creature traveling with you take 46 force damage, and the spell fails to teleport you.
So we'll say you and Rena, who's right there. So I need 4 people to roll me 46 damage. 4 people to roll me 1d6 damage, or just 1d6 in chat. We'll ladies first. Those will be for Rena. And then the next 4 afterwards will be for Messy. So that's 2, 7.
Thanks, Green.
So
I just
the
get
win for
how,
wisdom
you
is
gotta
the luck.
okay. You gotta explain
you
how
don't
this looks
get-
to me.
you don't get-
11.
Scott.
you don't get hurt. Only Messy does.
Okay, I'm fine with that. I'm fine
Yeah,
with just
only I
Messy
get
then.
hurt.
Yeah.
It's whoever's teleporting takes the damage.
Correct.
So I
According
take
to how the spell
That's
is
a
written.
D10, not a
that's
D6.
a 10. So I take 11 plus whatever the next D4 is.
Yeah.
Or sorry, the next D6 is.
We'll let Green roll it.
Another
Wow,
one.
2
per-
10s out of
another
10s. That's
D10.
creepy. It's a good thing it wasn't D10s, huh? Traded positions with Rena. That would be funny.
It's not how it works.
Unfortunately,
though,
not
thank
how
God.
the
It's
spell works.
It actually just leaves the cloak on Rena. Oh, 1. So
1.
12 points of damage.
1. So 12. Okay. Done.
Cool.
And I'm
Do
back
I
in the room.
perceive anything or no?
So
I guess I don't get to play.
So, yeah, I know another session. So
I
so,
did.
so anyways,
Oh, it's
he
a
can't.
dimension door. Never mind.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So
What
Rena,
the hell?
Rena, there's a moment where you swear you hear Yondis be like, ah, and then just, he's gone. Like,
She looks around the room.
Scott, what time of day is it? Because that item technically is written as once per day.
Oh yeah, if it's in the evening, then maybe we could try again soon.
Yeah.
good question. You guys don't know right now. So anyways, Rena, you actually see as you look around the room, you're like, what the hell? You also see a startled, first time ever, but a somewhat startled looking Abstergo standing in front of you. Like, well, that was strange. And
You heard that too?
yes, the chances of that occurring are incredibly slim.
Of what occurring?
It seems as though Yondis attempted to utilize magic to traverse the astral plane and appear inside this chamber. Unfortunately, magic is a blunt object when such things require finesse. He attempted to appear into the room, but instead of being able to choose a safe and open location, he chose exactly where you were, which shunted him back to wherever he came from. Likely was not pleasant for him either.
Oh, okay. Well, at least he's up there.
Well, let's just hope
Shit.
that wherever he came from, he wasn't in any degree of danger.
Thanks for that.
Unfortunately, you must have had a curse fall upon you. You were standing exactly where it was he chose to arrive. I wonder why he chose that spot.
She moves out of the way.
I don't think that'll help.
How's Ophios?
He looks down at him, incredibly injured.
I'm sure not much I can do for him right now.
He needs time and warmth.
We could take him to the statue.
That likely would be a good location for him to rest, all things considering.
She'll go over to like the edge of the hole.
Mhm.
Rena
Ophios.
doesn't understand the all things considered there. The character, not you, Rena. Sorry.
She calls again. Ophios?
He doesn't respond. He's asleep.
Can't exactly move him myself. I don't want to move him in the hole without him knowing either. Try and wake him again.
I would attempt to lift him telekinetically. Unfortunately, he is incredibly heavy.
I know.
How much do you weigh, Tyler?
1 ton.
Yeah, 2,000 pounds, I think, is beyond what he's able to do.
I guess she'll just lower herself down into the hole carefully.
Just double checking. Yeah. Even just regular 5e telekinesis is only 1,000 pounds.
Yeah, and that's middle of the road for a large-sized creature, Scott.
It's funny, too, because you can actually move a huge-sized creature with the spell telekinesis. If you want to. You move him upward, so on and so forth, until the end of your next turn. The creature's... so he actually technically could do it for you. But at the same time, though, you're moving an injured person, which isn't smart. So, I think, go ahead, Rena.
She goes over to, like, push him to, like, try to wake him up.
Okay. You give him a nudge to try to wake him up. Unfortunately, he is incredibly heavy. I mean, you can nudge him, but it's up to Tyler as to whether or not he wakes up.
He'll move. Doesn't necessarily startle or say anything.
He just like repositions like
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Obviously not awake though.
Well, he probably is conscious enough to hear what you're saying, but maybe not so much so to easily respond. We've all heard our significant other or parent or sibling or whatever to speak to us, and we remember it when we wake up later. Like, oh yeah, I remember you said that to me last night.
Or you respond to it and you don't remember responding to it, which is usually what happens to me.
I do that almost daily. Like, yeah, I have a unconscious response cue. Brittany can tell you stories. So, anyways, go ahead.
You remember the statue is down here? Having you there would help, I'm sure. I can't move you myself though.
Snaga.
Yes. And if he doesn't
just
move,
kind of like a sigh after when you said yes. He just kind of goes,
if he doesn't move, she will just.
By the way, when he adjusted, his head went from being underneath to kind of like poking. Like if you've ever seen a snake sneak, they like stick their head under one of their rolls. Sometimes they'll move and like stick their nose up, so it's like you can see the front of his head.
Rena, you also know of a way that you can kind of assist him. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm mistaken, you know what his amulet does. Can't you
no,
harm
that's
yourself
supposed
to
to
heal
power.
him?
She doesn't.
I don't think I know that.
No. The only time that was ever used was when Rena was unconscious.
Yep.
Yeah, and he hurt himself to heal you.
But it was not talked about.
Oh, okay, so that's fair.
I think he just said he helped me, but like not in what way. So
Gotcha. Okay.
no. So she'd go to climb back out, I guess. Maybe reach for Abstergo, help her out.
He'll help you back out. He says, I do apologize. I would be more than willing to assist him in mending his body, at least to a point where he's more easily moved. Unfortunately, we are relying on much of my power for other things right now. This doesn't seem to be top priority. I believe this device can be manipulated in such a way as to make him more easily moved. Perhaps at least you can bring him into that chamber.
I mean, I could, but there's not enough air. I guess it wouldn't take me that long to get over there. I just don't feel right about doing it without him knowing I'm doing that.
He says, I don't know how much you would shift around inside of this thing. I have never used it before. Its properties are very interesting. I imagine you wouldn't be shifted too much. Rita, you've been in there multiple times. You never get shifted. Things around you do, but you don't.
He wouldn't move. It's just if he woke up, it would be dark.
I believe he has the ability to see in the dark.
Well, okay. I just imagine it'd be disorienting. Doesn't
I
seem very
imagine
nice.
less disorienting than waking up in a different body.
All right, I'll move him.
That's true. Ophios really hasn't looked at his body.
She's like,
Should
stop using logic.
she's like, shut up! I can't think right now. Shut up. She'll go to like close the hole, but before she does, she'll just say, Ophios, I'm taking you to the statue.
Okay.
And then I go to fold it up.
And then you open it up in the other room, but you're like, ugh. So it comes like spilling out,
Yeah.
like trying to get the crumbs off a blanket.
Yeah.
Anyways, so yeah, you fold the thing up very easily. You can bring it up to like a smaller size, walk out shoulder the door and try to force it open, and go around the hole to the other door, and again force that one open, and because they're all beat to shit, and we'll go across this broken chamber with a damaged statue and the like that's inside there, but you can go over to it. You place your hand on the statue. Rena, roll me a perception check. Still disadvantage. It feels warm. Not anywhere near as hot as it was before. This whole room was hot before, but it still has a warmth to it.
Better than nothing.
I imagine you open up the thing.
Yeah.
Tyler, you feel warmth.
Hold on. I'm gonna do a roll here. He like half slithers towards it.
Okay. So as you start moving,
I
your
set the
room-
DC at 10 and I rolled a freaking 9.
We'll get to that in a minute, Sleepy. He's described it last session. We'll get to it in a better way soon. So anyways, so you start half slithering over there, and Abstergo looks to Rena and says, that seems like permission enough. And he'll actually like reach out with his hands, and he takes a moment where he like takes a breath, and then exhales slowly, and you can see Ophios just starts to rise up, like lift up telekinetically off of the ground inside
He's
the
like
hole.
half asleep, so he's not even paying attention.
And
She tells him like where to put him, basically.
Since you're in snake form, how long is your snake form? Is it 16 feet? And what is the thickest point of your 16 feet, assuming you're not digesting something?
So, Scott, if he's 13 feet tall, a snake can usually lift half his body off the ground at most. Sometimes more if it's on a wall, which generally is not on a wall. So he would probably in snake form in length be at least 26 feet, more than likely more. So probably like 28 feet.
So an emperor cobra is 16 feet long and weigh 200 pounds, which isn't that much by way of weight. And they are considered large-sized snakes.
Correct, but you're also talking about something that takes up a 10-foot square, like curled up and upright. So
Yeah, that's
way
cobras are large-sized as well. Yeah, but
Yeah,
when you're
so-
in when you're in humanoid
in my normal form, I'm like
you-
13 feet tall.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. So
I-
I'm equating the length of the tail
yeah.
because in order for him to be able to sit up with that amount of body in snake form would be at most half the length of his full body.
Because I'm looking at like huge sized ones are 30 feet in length, which is like insanity. A giant constrictor snake, which is like an anaconda, that's gargantuan size, and those are 60 feet in length, which is like disgustingly
But
large.
you're also talking about it doesn't take up a 10 square foot area, even curled up. That's why I'm trying to equate this like
No, those ones I'm
anatomically.
describing do take up that area even curled up. Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
which
they-
is
they
I'm
do by
also
rules.
significantly heavier.
Yeah. Well, again, in your non-snake form, that makes perfect sense. You absolutely would be significantly heavier. So a basic anaconda just says large. It doesn't give me weights or anything like that. So either way. So yeah. 20 feet, weighing a fuck ton, sure. I imagine you weigh less in proper snake form than you do when you're in like arms and shit like that form. You know what I mean?
I mean, I always just I mean, yeah, because basically his arm, like his head gets bigger and it like absorbs his body in snake form because like the head of if it makes sense, if you
Yeah,
understand,
you're
what
good.
I'm getting at.
Yeah, you're good. Either way, I'm fine with that either way. So
That's why I'm saying like 26 feet.
yeah. Well, 26 feet is actually huge sized, just so you know. Like actually, like by
compared to
definition.
IRL snake. Oh, by definition in
camp
D&D?
in D&D, yeah, it would be
Okay,
huge
so
size.
what's large size?
Would be like that 16, 22, somewhere in that range. Yeah, like so if you want it to be like 20, 21 foot long, that's fine.
Talking height versus length.
That is the length
Okay.
of the snake from tip to tip.
Okay.
Yeah. And then obviously you curl up so much of the base and you rise up from there and so on and so
Right.
forth. And they can temporarily rise above more than half their weight, more than half their length, temporarily.
Okay.
Sustains, they can do about half their weight. Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to equate it to like, you know, what I found on there that made his height, which would be 13 feet tall.
Yeah.
So.
But either way. So moving on. So but weighing a shit ton is obviously, again, when you're in your beefy form with your arms, you'd obviously weigh more than others. But that either way. So he uses his telekinesis to rise you up out of the pit just enough that you can kind of like grab onto the ledge and start slithering your way out and over to the thing. Usually, like you said, you half slither there. He does like the effort to get you the rest of the way there or whatever. And so you actually go over to the thing, you start curling up next to it. It's not warm. But then it is. And the warmth is growing. And growing. And growing. Ophios, you start to feel a fire ignite within you. You start to feel a warmth boiling within you. You start to feel your veins on fire, but not in a way that burns like it has in the past, like it hurts. Certainly not when he was doing the ice magics. It actually like is a warmth that makes you feel, you know, after after like a cold autumn day where you maybe weren't feeling the best, and then you had like a cup of tea and a hot soup, and just like your whole body feels warm from the inside, right?
You mean like when you come in from being outside in the cold and you have that hot cup of cocoa and then you're sweating while warming up and it's absolutely uncomfortable and miserable, to be honest, in my opinion.
Oh, I love it. I love that.
hate
like
it. I hate it.
uncomfortably warm feeling.
I hate that feeling.
Oh, love it. So anyways, you feel this kind of like rising up inside of you. It actually brings you to your consciousness, brings you awake. You're still injured, you're still in pain, but you become fully awake and alert, even if you just choose to continue to snuggling up against this somewhat broken statue, feeling the warmth coming off of it, feeling the closeness that you feel.
I almost feel like unintentionally he would squeeze the statue, almost like breaking it to get access to like the actual magma.
Absolutely. So you start like squeezing at it or whatever. So you start squeezing tighter and tighter and tighter. And you actually hear Rena Abstergo say, Rena, you might need to prepare yourself.
She backs up.
He looks at you as you back up and he says, I don't think that's going to help.
Right.
I think I'll excuse myself at this point, as this doesn't seem like it's going to be pleasant. Good luck, Rena. I'm sure we'll see each other sometime soon. And you can see he turns, he goes to the door and starts to go to walk out it.
Okay. Is there something that I can like amongst the rubble or whatever to like duck down behind?
Suppose you could jump in the hole.
Good point. But that would be hard to get out of alone, especially if Abstergo's leaving. I'm gonna close the hole up, I guess, really fast. And
So you quickly go over to where Ophios is, and you grab the hole, and you grab the first fold, and you start folding it, and you hear Like you're like, what the? And you look around, roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
Damn.
You heard the noise. You have no idea what it is.
Of course
You
not.
close the hole a little bit faster. Grab the second fold, fold it up. And then finally, it's at that point where the sheets, you don't have to have them on the ground to assist you anymore. You start trying to fold it up with your arms while it's large, getting smaller and smaller. And you hear more. And that's when you look over at the statue and you realize, oh no. And as you realize, oh no, the statue bursts under the sheer strength and might of the constricting snake wrapped around it and squeezing as tight as it can. That burst causes a little bit of a eruption of rubble and whatnot across the room. But that wasn't the concern. That's not what you should be worried about. The rush of magma out of that statue is the thing that you should be concerned about. And it does fling itself across the room and start erupting as you're like, and you like probably turn to go to like a run from it, but the magma comes rushing out. And even though magma generally moves slow, it has like a wave to it. I think Aladdin, like a wave to it that comes crushing down. Rena, I'm gonna go ahead and have can you choose any one of the cast members, including myself? Choose anybody. You can choose yourself. You can choose Messi
Sorry,
or
Sorry.
Tyler.
I didn't know this was gonna end up being this way.
I'm gonna make Tyler do it.
All right, Tyler, hold on. Tyler, can you choose the other person?
Messy.
Cool. Tyler, can you go ahead and roll me 10d6?
Oh,
I'll let
God.
someone else do it.
No. It's okay. Messi, can you go ahead and roll me 10d6?
Yeah, sure.
I rolled below average.
I don't want to do this, Scott. Oh, I don't. There you go.
The same amount.
Rita, can you go ahead and roll me a dexterity save?
Your max HP is less than 60, or is more than 66, so you should
Remember,
be okay.
it's normal.
She's also injured.
Rena, don't fuck this up.
Luck it.
I don't think we have any,
No.
unless there was some in that Scott didn't put in yet.
I'm checking. Nope.
Check
Only
really
one-
slow.
Only one bit of luck so far. Rena, luckily for you, 66 points of damage. That's I think 26. No, that's only 12 beyond what you're currently at.
Oh.
In 5e.
Check again, Scott.
Yeah, now. In 5e Rena, that's not enough
Yeah.
to do anything particularly harmful to you. You just brought to 0 because it's 5e. So you're brought to 0 health points as the burning just completely, it burns your body, it burns your flesh. You unfortunately fall unconscious from the sheer pain of the burning. Ophios, you are exhilarated by the warmth, by the heat. It sets you on fire in all the parts of the inside. The two of you turn into magma and are slipped away. Yondis. The door bursts.
Nobody knows.
The door bursts
door.
open. Leon is standing there. He bursts the door open, takes 2 steps in looking angry, sees you still standing there, and then full on stops, looking just shocked. He's like,
You come to let me out.
looks at the guard. The guard says, Aslan absolutely did come and visit here. He looks back at you, Yondis, and says, Aslan did not attempt to let you escape.
I mean, I'm still here. So, he must have not had the key.
Continues to look on, a little suspicious, and says, something's different about you.
I tried doing some math, so if my hair is off frayed, that's probably what it's from.
You still look like... Shakes his head, looking annoyed. Why did Aslan come to see you? What did he have to say?
He just apologized and said that he didn't want to see me again. Said I shouldn't have come here,
Perception
and
check.
then left.
Also bluff check.
God,
Deception. Also deception as well.
Oh, deception. Double 16s. I know it's not a good idea to lie to this guy, but I'm hoping omission of truth gets me not beat up in prison.
You're also kind of covering for Aslan, which is kind of nice.
Looks human says, I feel like you're
Yeah,
not
you're
telling me something. What's your name? Yondis. He's like, I feel you're not telling me something, Yondis. What the hell is that noise? He says, looking around, again, looking genuinely agitated, looking around at the soldier. Soldier's like, what noise, sir? And he looks back and he looks at Yondis. Then he looks just past Yondis. Yondis, you hear. He's like, what is happening? You turn around and look back. You start to see the wall behind you cracking.
I didn't do that.
I didn't do that.
I can pay for that to get fixed if you think it was me, but it wasn't.
Yondis, you start to feel warmth from behind you.
Okay, I guess I'll turn around. and
You
look.
turn around just to see the wall cracking more and more and more.
I'm gonna start backing up, I think.
You back up to the cage.
You don't happen to have the key, do you?
He goes, what are you doing, Yondis? What trickery is this? He looks, and all of a sudden, the stone bursts out, and the magma starts to flow. Leon immediately turns, grabbing the soldier, and starts to make his way out of the room as you are washed over by Rena. Roll me 10d6. In chat, you start
Do I get a
rolling me
dex save for
1d6
this?
at a time until I get a total of 10. Go ahead, chat. We'll count them out.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's better. Come on,
I
chat.
wish
Start
you
rolling
rolled
those
your own
d6s,
damage.
baby.
A dex save.
One
Scott,
second.
do I roll dex save?
1 second. Well, she rolled a lot of ones. 4.
Okay. I just feel like they're needlessly rolling here.
Not needlessly. Because that's not going to be all or nothing, baby.
Okay.
That's 8.
You don't get all or nothing from being submerged. So that's sorry, 8,
9.
9, 12.
12.
Come on, baby, keep
Just
them
want to
coming.
remind you of that.
Yeah, I know. I don't care.
What?
16.
16.
Keep them coming.
How dare you use your class abilities, Messi? You scumbag.
Keep them coming, chat. 5 more.
I'm just gonna roll a dex save.
Come on. Anybody can roll.
Nat
I don't
20.
care if it's the same
I think I'm
person over
okay.
and over again.
I think I'm okay, Scott. I think we're good. Scott, I
20?
think we're good. I think we're good.
Wow. Roll the fucking natty 20. I lost track.
21,
It's 21, 27, 30.
30. One more.
So that's at 56 currently. We need one more. Somebody roll me a 4. Give me a 4 so you make it a clean 60.
Here, I got you.
Okay.
2.
58.
Somebody that's not messy roll. Oh, 57.
7. Yeah.
It's lame. All right. So either way, 57. Messy half.
Take 0 damage.
Messy half.
I take 0 damage.
Messy half.
5.
A nat 20
20.
dex save with evasion.
Uh-huh.
I'm not taking half, Scott.
Half.
I'm not taking half.
Absolutely.
I'm not taking half.
Absolutely. That's 27. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
28.
This is
28. It was
insane.
57.
I'm not taking half.
28 would be 56.
Why'd you put me down half? Actually, that was more than half.
No, I took off 28.
You put me down an extra one.
28.
28.
You rounded up?
No, it's 28.
when do you round up in
57
D&D?
divided by 2 is 28 and a half.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yep.
It should be 0 though.
So, anyways, Messy, as you're liquefied and turned into magma.
Sorry, I wasted a nat 20, guys. I'm sorry about that.
Ovios, you re-solidify from your magma form relatively quickly. Again, to be clear, you're injured, but you feel significantly better than you ever have before. You feel rejuvenated. Same as an Ophios typically would be if he had been 6 health out of his pool, right? Like not feeling good, but also fully having the ability to take a short rest if need be to heal up, right? You look about the room and you can see the room that you're in, this chamber. Not only does it seem familiar, you're inside a temple again, but you also see a whole bunch of stone like a solidified magma, combination of different types of magneous rocks all around you. Solidified, but in the shape of your allies. As a matter of fact, in the shape of both of your friends right there.
I'm very confused.
I imagine you are. I imagine you rise up and kind of like look in, take out the area.
Yep.
You know exactly where you are. It takes you some time to realize it because you're disoriented, as we've discussed beforehand, and so on and so forth. But this is that same half-circle room that has 2 doors into it you've been several times beforehand, both now and in the past.
The bank.
A couple moments later, the room starts to glow with warmth again as the stone around you starts to turn back into magma, which rolls off of your allies and seems to seep back into the statue with where you are.
I assume I see Rena collapse.
Yeah, Rena falls unconscious on the ground, and Yondas doesn't look too good. He's probably kind of like, ah!
Does he look like Yondas?
Actually, no. He looks like somebody that isn't Yondas. So I suppose the statue looks like your friends, but the person before you does not.
Who are you?
Yondas, you see something different
Who are
before
you?
you.
It's
Opios, could you go ahead and
enormous-
re-describe yourself?
Sure.
From
So
the
what you're
beginning.
seeing right now, he's still in snake form. So you're seeing a
Can
large.
you talk normally in snake form? Can your mouth move normally? I believe it can.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see a large snake, black in color but iridescent. Eyes with orange specks in them that kind of catch the light occasionally around the pupil, but almost the rest is like sparsely jet black. And it's large, like it could swallow you whole.
And he says what to me?
Who are you?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Who the hell are you? Where am I?
You're in the basement of a bank. But the question is not who I am, it is who you are. That is Rena over there, my friend.
Oh, I've been here before, yeah. Huh. So you... Are you Snaga?
No.
Just another Sloko then.
Another Sloko. You know other Sloko? As he...
Yeah,
Right.
there's Aslan. Ophios.
Ophelia.
It's Ophelia. Actually, I don't know if I met Ophelia. Actually,
Scott, what would I
Did I?
roll insight on this?
Yep.
I think so.
Yondas?
In the flesh.
Why the hell do you
Bird
look
flesh.
like that?
Why do you... What are you talking about? Oh, yeah. No, I'm sorry. I disguised myself and it won't wear off for a while, I guess.
At this point, he recognizes that Yondas doesn't recognize him, and he starts looking at himself.
How? Oh, you got like
How?
Yeah,
Suppose you have a very flexible neck now.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
you are a big boy.
and he's confused as to why, and so he starts changing back into his normal form, and you can see it's like a solid while of him looking at himself, but then he immediately jolts and remembers I don't think Rena's okay.
Yeah, no, she hasn't gotten up.
And he's gonna...
She's still breathing, though.
She went into negative. She's on death saves.
She's still breathing. Slowing down, though. You have a potion on you. Oh, you probably don't, because you're a snake. Let me see what I have. I also don't have a potion on me. Maybe she's got a potion on her.
Yondis, do you still have my amulet?
No. Yes. No? Wait, which one? Who are you?
I'm Ophios, Yondis. Rena, you're laying unconscious, and we just had a quick conversation while you were laying there, so you're probably going to need to roll a death save at some point.
Snaga says, doesn't her armor stabilize her? I don't remember that ever being a thing, but maybe I'm wrong.
I believe so. Her armor does stabilize.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll double check, but yeah.
She's breathing fine. She'll be okay.
We gotta wait until
Just,
Scott gets back for confirmation there.
Let me check my sheet.
She's well, she was in the negatives, Rosin, but in D&D that doesn't matter until you hit double negative, so... Actually, I don't think it matters at all unless you take double negative from one hit. Otherwise, it just adds death saves. Yeah, so she's fine.
Yeah.
She's just on 0.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what?
Ophios, I've lost the use of my powers for at least another day, because of Jen. So,
Scott's drinking because
we're gonna
I
have to
broke
do it-
his world.
we're gonna have to do it the mundane way.
What do you mean the mundane way?
We'll have to find a potion to get her up.
Scott, did I force you to drink because I broke the statue and broke your world again? You're muted, by the way.
He wanted a drink. He said that to Rena
I
earlier.
told Rena earlier that I'll have drinks with her.
Oh.
Remember, when I asked her how her day is, she said she was fine. You know, we're trying to... Look at that. See, now she's choking. You know what I mean? Like, she's not okay today. Look at that. She's about to die.
Doesn't Rena's armor
Scott.
stabilize
Fine,
her?
dude. God.
God, does
Doesn't
Rena's armor stabilize her?
Does it automatically? I don't recall.
I think that was something that we had said.
It's
that
two
armor,
items
maybe.
combined. One of them, it's like 2 amulets or some shit like that combined. One increases her health, and the other one does the. I think it does automatically stabilize her. I think you're right. Yeah. Yep. Because it's
So,
2
like,
amulets.
Because she's not dying.
Yeah.
So she's breathing and
If we're in
unconscious.
Hard Gwen, if we're in Hard Gwen truly, then we can just well, I guess you can't, but I could take her to the hospital.
What do you mean I can't? And
It's
he's
just
going to
up the
start
road.
transforming out of his snake form and realizes he's still enormous and has a giant tail instead of legs.
He's still looking down at Yondis, like I look down at Josh.
So this is what happened to me.
I guess. How did you two get here?
What do you mean, how did we get here?
I was in a prison.
I
And
imagine
Rena was
Snaga
in-
brought us here. That would explain the magma.
Well, I was above you. That makes sense if it's some kind of area spell that you casted, but
I didn't
Rena
cast
was in-
anything.
Osto. Oh, well,
Rena was in
regardless.
Osto.
Rena was in Osto,
Rena was in the chamber with me.
and now we're all here. Wait, Rena was in the chamber with you. What do you mean? She was in Osto. I left before her.
When I got out and Elijah was going to kill me, Rena was there.
What? I hate this Elijah guy already. Look,
I don't think it was intentional. I think he thought I was the monster
fine.
from. He didn't know it was me.
we can figure it all out.
At least
Um,
from what I could tell.
I think you stay here. I don't know if I can carry her. She's got that armor on her. I'll just go up the road and buy a potion. I'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any money?
Do I look like I have pockets, Elijah?
I forgot.
Or
And then he'll
Giannis.
go
He goes
to,
and frisks Rena real quick. Ah, there it is. She's got
No,
my coin
I
purse.
just take the hole out of her shoe, and
It
and I
wasn't
can go
in
get
her
my own
shoe. It
money.
was in her hand.
Which she either was still hanging on to or maybe pocketed it really fast, but I doubt it. She probably was just hanging on to it.
Okay, well, regardless, I get my money as long as the hole's okay, Scott. I don't know if... Did Magma get in the hole, Scott? Do you want to roll for that?
Folded up.
No, Rena
Except
folded it up, so
Really
you're safe.
pissed.
Rena
Okay,
completely
good.
folded it
Alright.
up. It would have
So
been
yeah, I'll
fun
get
for
my
me to
money out of the
destroy
hole.
it, but unfortunately, she had the foresight to roll it up before it got filled with magma. Because if it was filled with
That was a
that,
good
it would have
idea.
just been one giant rock inside there. You guys had to chip away at it. You'd be like, well, can't we
Oh, I
just
found a
like
coin.
put it up against the wall so it slides down as a big block? Have you ever tried to take spam out of a can?
No, I don't think
I
ever
really
eaten
don't
spam.
like the sound effect coming out of your mouth.
Anyway,
You like the
I
sound of
got
that
money.
going
I'm
in?
gonna go buy a potion, Scott. I'm going to buy a
Um,
healing potion, and then I'm gonna bring it. Oh fuck, we're under the bank. I can't just willy nilly leave and enter this thing. It sucks. Okay.
If you would like,
Maybe I
can.
can.
go.
While you're sitting there, by the way, one of the things
No,
that you,
I think
as you're, as you're
I
thinking,
can.
Messi, like, what the hell am I going to do? All of a sudden you hear, she is really pretty when she sleeps.
Oh God, Chad.
Tell you what, Ophios, I've got the sudden inclination that I should leave here as soon as possible. So I'm gonna go upstairs and walk out of this bank into a million people, and hopefully they kill me. See you soon.
I
And he'll leave.
suppose I will attend to Rena.
Yeah, sure. All right, Scott. I'm leaving the bank. What time of day is it?
I wouldn't trust that man. He seems like a snake. If you want to know what
Just
time of day it
ignore
is,
him.
what you can do is you can ask chat to roll 1d12. It's what
I rolled a
realistically.
medicine.
Hey, Steve.
It's 1d. I
Hold
say
on.
it's 1d12 plus 5.
I rolled
Okay,
a medicine check
Steve-
to see if Rena was breathing.
Steve, how many? No, don't roll yet, Steve. Don't roll yet. Steve, how many?
I
Daddies do
wasn't
you have?
laughing. He was laughing. The character was laughing at his own joke. Go ahead. How many minutes? What? How many what?
Steve, how many daddies do you have?
I can actually answer that question for you.
Okay.
I just
Uh,
gave
Well,
all
it's
that
okay
away.
if he wants to lie to me. If he wants to lie,
I
that's
can
fine.
tell you. I can tell you the truth. It just takes a minute to load. All right, Silencio. Oh, it didn't load yet. Why are you
Is
not
it
loading?
11,000. 11,000.
Oh, what? That went
Okay, and
fast.
how much is a? How much is a? It's a trump card's 10,000. Steve, you're my best friend, and I will let you do this roll now. And we go way back, and we're good buddies. We've known each other for. I've been on your podcast more than once, so
What podcast?
I think that. I think
Too
that
soon?
means. That, yeah, I know, Steve. I know.
All right.
Okay, 5 plus
Plus
5
5
is
is
10.
10 a.m.
Okay,
you go-
so
you
the
go-
latest
you
I could have
make-
gotten
make a
was
stealth
5
check.
p.m.
Make a stealth check.
Okay. I'm pretty stealthy. I might be okay. I was so close to that 16. I would.
Are you happy with your 16?
Yeah, we don't have any luck, so yeah.
Are you
Or
sure?
maybe we have one, but I'm not going to use it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You only have one? Are you positive you only have
Yep.
one?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't know. It's fine.
Try it.
Um,
16.
So you make your way up the door, Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
You upstairs, you're like, I think they're closed. What time of day is it? I think they're closed. You grab the door, you open it. And you look out, you're like, oh no, I think somebody's like, hey, who's that? Phil, I tell you all the time, don't go downstairs. Come on, let's go.
Keep in mind, Yondis
Okay, I'll
doesn't
walk
look
out.
like Yondis right now, too.
You walk out, a fully armed,
Yeah, it's fine. They don't know me.
a fully armed Valorant guard. And they're like, whoa, what the hell are you doing here?
I know what it looks like. It's okay. It's okay.
It's
I just
okay.
need to buy a potion.
Guards!
Yeah.
Guards!
Oh god.
A couple of guards start making their way over. You see a few orcs walk up.
Hey guys, how's it going?
What you do here?
Found my way downstairs on accident. Honestly, wasn't my choice.
You
But I
sound
imagine
dumb.
that doesn't matter.
Bad lie.
Yeah,
Get him.
yeah, I figured.
They go over. They go up to take
Okay.
you. You go
You
along with them.
sound dumb, bad lie.
Yeah, I'll go with him.
So they take you and they walk you out, and they start walking you out of the place. When one of the other, as they bring you outside of the place and out front, one of the other guards calls over, like, "Who's that you've got there? Dumb guy, break in." Like, he's wearing Valorant garb. You're like,
Yeah,
So?
I know.
like, we were stationed here by the chosen of Valorant. What are you doing here?
I don't know. I don't know. Sorry. Just kind of shrugs.
That's your response.
I'm so tired of this. Yeah.
You're tired of this?
Yep.
Who do you serve?
I hate this place. I hate Hogwarts. It sucks here.
Who do you
It's the worst
serve?
city. Aslan, the curator.
I don't know who Aslan is.
Yeah, he's in Sun's Crest. Sun's Rest.
I know what Sun's Rest is. I don't know who Aslan is.
You know another
He's the
name.
curator. Serves the chosen.
Keep in mind, you do know another name.
He shakes his head and says, "Never mind. He's probably a thief. Throw him
forgot
throw him in prison."
Yeah.
And they
Okay.
drag you off to prison.
All right. Okay. All right.
So, anyways, Rita is unconscious and will wake up many hours later. Ophios, do you want to do anything while you're down there, or are we just going to flash forward several hours?
We're probably going to flash forward. The majority of what Ophios is going to do is get acquainted with his new form.
Cool.
'Cause
Ophios, can you go
he
ahead?
understands that Rena is stable.
Ophios, can you go ahead and spend as many of your recovery dicey things as you'd like to heal up as time goes by? Rita, can you roll me a death save? Rita, roll me a death save. Rita, another death save. Rita, another death save. Rita, another death save.
Why are we rolling more death saves? Oh.
Rita, another death save. Rita, it takes 6 hours for your character to wake up with 1 health point. 6 hours of lying there before eventually you starts to kind of like a rise. So you wake up. Obviously you see Ophios is conscious and moving about. Ophios probably used a couple of hit dice to get better. He's already healed 26, bringing him up to I think 32 health points.
36
So-
health points.
36,
I'm
44
at
or whatever.
44.
So either way, you see Ophios is moving about and feeling significantly better. Messy, it's nighttime now. Right, what time was it in the morning? 10 a.m.? 6 hours later? Sorry, it's 6 at night. Sorry, 4 in the afternoon? Fuck, it's only 4 in the afternoon.
55
4.
health is what I'll end on.
Okay.
I guess he'll just like every like 30 minutes or so he'll try to make a soul blade and then it won't work and he'll go and go back to waiting.
Rena, I imagine you want to have a little RP moment when you wake up with 1 health point and Ophios being there. And then
Yeah,
meanwhile, I'm going to look
probably.
something over. Go ahead.
I mean, Ophios probably just hear her grumble and say, "Ah, fuck.
Rena, are you
Oh.
awake?
Barely?
What happened? I woke up here.
Uh,
I just remember seeing you in another chamber briefly, like a dream.
yeah, I brought you to the statue.
That would explain how we ended up here and why you were encased in magma before you collapsed. Well,
Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, I remember that part.
wait, you remember falling onto the ground?
I remember you breaking the statue and seeing
Wait,
magma everywhere.
I broke the statue?
Just as before, as I wrapped you around it, you did the same yourself.
I'm completely unharmed. Oh, I mean, it is Snaga.
I'm surprised
you
I'm
didn't-
alive.
You didn't teleport through the magma with me. Well, you did, but wait, how? Where was
Yeah.
Yondis? Was Yondis not in that room?
Asking me so many questions that I don't know the answer to.
Well, I'm very perplexed. I'm very different. And it's taken a little bit to get used to, but it's kind of a combination of my snake form and another thing, although I do hit my head more. This room seems a lot smaller.
She's like, uh-huh, and like pulls herself kind of up to like a sitting, but like scooches backwards toward a wall to brace herself.
If I had something to give you to help you, I would.
I know. We have all of your stuff.
Wait, you have all of my stuff?
The whole.
He's gonna go over there and grab the hole and unfurl it and go down in the hole and find the amulet.
I think Rena cleared everything out of that hole and put it inside the backpack before.
We don't have a backpack.
No, we cleared it from the haversack to the hole.
The hole.
Oh, okay, there you go. Then it's in the hole. My apologies. You
Yeah.
have to find whatever inside there then.
He'll come out and I will use that to sacrifice health to give to Rena. I'm going to carve 20 health points off of me to give Rena 10. It'll take some time because I have to reattune to it, but
How does that work again?
What part?
Is it just
Reattuning?
magical? Like,
yeah, it's necrotic energy gets sapped into the amulet, and I force that energy towards you that heals you.
Yeah, more or less, he harms himself to heal you.
The
Am I
haversack
ri-
is not in the hold. The haversack is
yeah, it's gone.
yeah. We don't.
They
know
trade.
why.
They traded it
Yeah.
We didn't trade it.
We left it with what's her name?
in exchange for the hole.
No.
Oh, that was the
that was the
haversack.
bag of holding.
Yeah, the bag of holding.
The
Yeah.
haversack was with the cape. It was.
Oh,
when we-
messy. My apologies. You would have been handed the haversack, which would have had the cape inside of it.
Oh, so I got the haversack.
Yep.
Okay.
I forgot about that, but she would have sent back the stuff.
Which the haversack is empty, then, because
Yeah,
she used
it
it
is.
to carry the books.
Anyway,
So-
I'd probably like come to
Yeah, I
a
know,
little
Nori.
bit more.
Apologies if I was the cause of this harm.
It was my idea to bring you to the statue in the first place. It's the only thing I knew that worked before. I figured it'd work again, and Seems like it did.
I could imagine you didn't think I would crush it.
I didn't think you'd look like this, but here you are.
It's quite interesting. I imagine I'm stronger, but only time would tell. I'm definitely larger. Although I feel less intelligent and weaker.
I'm sure you're still just recovering. And as she says that, she's gonna check over her like fake leg, I guess. Because is that like something she can remove and reattach like at will? Or is it just
It's attached
fused
to
to
you.
me?
Yeah, it's attached to you, at least as of right now.
It didn't get destroyed by the magma?
Nope.
When you go to mess with that, Ophios will actually notice at this point and go, "What happened to your leg?"
It's gone.
What do you mean gone?
I broke my ankle. It tried to fix it myself. It's kind of a long story.
Did you chop it off?
I didn't.
I was gonna say that would be something I wouldn't have expected from you, but I guess. How long has it been?
Since this. Oh, I thought you were asking me RP, sorry.
He is asking you RP.
Yeah.
Oh.
How long was I?
Not that long since
Transforming.
this happened, but
No,
oh,
no.
well,
That was almost 2 months. It was like 6 weeks or whatever it was.
6 or 7 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. I don't know.
She was also in prison, so makes it difficult.
And how long ago did you lose your leg? I feel like you wouldn't intentionally break your ankle. Was there a combat that I missed? Were you in danger and I wasn't there?
I guess it was a few days ago. I don't know now. Doesn't really make sense in my mind. Like I said, it's a long story. We fought Yondis's mother. I fell from a rooftop. At first, it wasn't that bad. I had just sprained it, maybe fractured it. I don't know. But we couldn't exactly get away quickly. Yondis helped carry me back to his father's house. We ended up getting taken anyway. Do you remember the soldiers from Novincia? The ones we... And she thinks. Like, would he remember? I don't think so.
I rolled an intelligence check for his memory here.
There's these...
What soldiers?
Not Perrin. They use some like Loper magics, kind of like Yondis does, but not the same. I can't really explain it. They're different. You know Jen Mollis from the temple. That one he would know.
Yeah, that was a while ago, but he remember that.
Yeah, I would
He
say so.
remembers.
Yeah.
The one Abstergo left with.
She nods. She captured us.
So she's an enemy.
I don't know.
Did she chop your leg off?
No. Abstergo did.
He is shocked and confused.
It was to help me. I don't know how I feel about that still. It wasn't at the forefront of my mind.
Scott, I'm going to roll a Loper knowledge on the foot at this point. I assume I recognize that it's probably made of that powder.
I mean, as long as you use detect magic. I mean, actually,
I-
no. The color of it, the extremely smooth nature to it, the suppleness, despite all that, despite the hardness of it, yeah, you would come to realize that this is I can't think of the correct word. I'm so sorry for that, but astral it's an astral construct. It's an astral
Yeah.
construct.
So Abstergo made that as well, I presume.
Yes.
Does it at least work?
I imagine it still hurts like hell. Is that right? Or no? Is that over with?
Oh no, it's uncomfortable. He's not blocking your pain. You have
Oh,
no
right.
you have no medication to help you right now.
Cool. It hurts like hell, but I can stand.
Yondis has been gone a long time.
You found him?
He was here with us. Was he not in? How did he get here if you didn't know he was here?
I don't know. I remember he tried. I think he tried to teleport or something. I don't know.
Well, thanks, Naga, we're back together. Or, well,
Where is he now?
he went to try and find a potion a while ago. I would imagine he got into trouble.
You can't exactly go find him yourself.
Well, I didn't want to leave you here. And you can't exactly walk, which is what you just said.
I could try. She goes to try to stand up. I imagine failing.
No, you can stand. It just hurts like hell, same as before. The leg still functions. Yeah.
Okay, so she stands. You see her probably like holding back tears, like obviously in pain, but stands.
Yeah, I don't think that's the best plan.
Oh, well, it's just us down here. What else are we supposed to do?
Well, if it's dark enough, I imagine maybe I could blend in some with how dark I am now, but I do take up quite a lot of space.
You can't go out there looking like that.
I wouldn't be alone. I would carry you in snake form. I
Doesn't-
imagine my size, you could probably hold on.
All it takes is one person to see you, Ophios. You remember where we are? Where are we?
The basement of the bank.
She looks around again. Oh, yeah. Great.
He's not the brightest right now, Scott.
Hod Gwen, then.
Yes, there.
We're just
Has
going to
been
have to...
6 hours, so if he got caught, I would imagine it was daytime. Maybe it's night now. I don't know. The best I can do, I could take you to the door and you could check.
I guess. I guess she'll start to walk towards wherever the door is.
No. Ophius transforms into snake form. Easy enough for you to climb on.
I don't know. She'll try. I imagine it takes her a minute to like throw herself over, but then she can.
Depends on what you mean by climb on, because
Like grab around.
because snake is not exactly something you can ride very easily.
No, probably not.
You just like bear hug it like a tree.
I mean, technically, you could just carry me.
But like the way a
in your
snake
normal form
moves
with your
is
arms.
like their body, like
Yeah,
you
but
know,
if you're up close enough to the head, they will literally slither and their head does not move
that's
them.
that's fair. That's fair.
And that's more or less what I'm saying.
Yeah. If you got your arms, she could like hold on to them. But if you're not doing that, then yeah, she'd have to like bear hug.
Yeah.
I was thinking it'd probably be easier just to walk. But
That's
yeah.
what I was gonna say. She could just walk over, but
He doesn't want to see her in pain.
You guys walk over towards the entrance. You can
I-
look back into
yeah.
that middle chamber room, the one that you've seen before. You see the big brazier. It's not lit. There's nothing inside there. There's no flame. There's no anything inside there.
Well, it seems that Elemental has finally made it to where hopefully it wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
Home. Anyway, we should make our way to the door. And cautiously open it, mind you.
The stealth. Who's rolling?
I mean, are you going to hold on to Ophios as he goes upstairs?
No. She'd go up the stairs by herself, I suppose.
Okay.
He would slither next to her, and she could hold on to him as support.
It was 10 a.m. Now it's now
4.
it's 4 p.m. So you guys make your way over there, and you're able to go up the stairs, Rena. You want to go ahead and roll me a stealth check?
Or a perception to see if you could hear something through the door.
I was going to say I'd perception
Perception check.
first to
Go ahead.
listen. Is this disadvantage?
Mhm.
Still? Okay.
Yeah, you still haven't properly rested. You were just unconscious. That's different from rest. It seems like there's nobody out there.
I can't. Doesn't sound like anyone's out there, but I'm not sure.
Would I be able to tell she's exhausted?
I mean, she looks like shit.
I'm going to go ahead and listen then as well. Just to be certain.
I mean, you're
Not
also
trying
beat to hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, but I'm not. I'm just.
I mean, 5 beat to hell. You still got like 7 other health pools. So, okay. So you're like, Rena's moves. And so you go up and you listen to the through the door, and you can definitely hear there's people walking about and whatnot out there. Not 1 or 2 either. Like there's people walking about. There's conversations and whatnot happening. Whatever time of day it is, the bank is currently active.
Perhaps we should rest instead.
All right.
There's definitely movement out there.
She nods and starts to head back down the stairs.
You guys can allow a couple hours to pass. Rena, you're welcome to recover health points if you care to at this point. Let's flash forward like a good 4 more hours of passing. Rena, you're still not able to get rid of that 1 level of exhaustion yet because it's not like a long rest yet. Unless you guys just want to Rena's just I need to sleep and you wake me up 8 hours later, right? I imagine you allow like a good 4 hours to pass. Ophios, you can reattune with any magic items that you need to, but I don't know where your headband of intellect is.
It would be in that hole.
I thought somebody was wearing it temporarily. Wasn't Yondis?
That's a question for Rena and
No, my intelligence is 12.
Oh, okay. He was too afraid to be smart.
The headband of wisdom?
intellect.
No. Wisdom's yours.
I don't have the intellect one, so probably nobody.
So that means it's probably nobody's wearing it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can probably recollect your items, Tyler, and you can reconnect with all of them. Okay?
How many can I roll?
Got it.
As many as you'd like, up to your level.
Oh.
So I imagine your characters kind of sit there. I imagine there's a good amount of silence as well as a small amount of conversation. Kind of Tyler, Rena filling you in of what had transpired with a bit more detail during the time that you were unconscious or whatever. Rena, would you tell him about the whole bit with what's his face with Elijah or no?
She's not going to talk about it right now.
Okay.
Not unless he asks.
We flash forward a good 4 hours before somebody goes upstairs. Rena, you still have that 1 degree of exhaustion, but you have 1 degree of exhaustion, but you're able to somebody's able to go upstairs and listen one more time. Eventually, by listening, you're able to tell, okay, it sounds like the bank is closed. Again, 8 o'clock at night, the bank would be closed. So you're able to go upstairs and eventually make your way out into the bank area. But how are you going to actually leave the bank?
Oh, I'm trying to remember what I did last time. I think I had to jump out a window last time.
I don't. You.
They just
jumped
went out the
a
front
window?
door, honestly.
Did we just want? Yeah, but we got caught.
Yep.
And I was seen, but I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess I'll just try going out the door.
Okay, so you go through the back door to the front door. That opens up pretty easily. And then when you're inside the front door area, there's like, I might as well just go out the front door. And as you put your hand to open up the front door, you stop. And you remember, I wonder if that guy ever got out of the bucket.
Opens the door.
Pushes it open. Do you try to be sneaky about this?
I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and roll stealth, Rita?
Does her armor make her roll with disadvantage?
What, stealth checks? She wears breastplate.
I already have
Okay.
disadvantage anyway.
Yeah.
No, breastplate's medium. You're fine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some mediums still make you do that, though. 2 of them do, 2 of them don't, I believe.
Nope, it's only.
Rena, do you want to modify that?
How much luck did we have?
I don't know.
I don't think we have any, but
Get at least past the 10, please.
a 10.
Woohoo!
You push the door open, and the guards are standing outside the door. They notice you because it wasn't like a convenient time that you open the door. They look at you as you open the door, and they immediately start to react. They see only Rena, of course, because Ophios is still inside a bit. And they say, oh, wait, who are you? Oh, I know you.
She just looks back and forth between the two of them.
You're Rena.
Yes.
Slumbering Queen says sometimes you will come through this door, but it is not allowed. You have 2 options. We bring you to the docks and you leave Hod Gwen, or you may go to jail.
At least they gave you an option.
Yeah.
I didn't know who you were.
Is it safe to assume that Yondas probably got sent to jail?
You have
Would
no
Rena
idea.
ask that?
You don't know Yondas doesn't look like Yondas.
Oh,
True, you
yeah.
don't, Rena.
What is the other option though? If he had left several hours before we did, then the bank was open. And if
Mhm.
that's the case, then he was probably taken because he's probably wasn't able to talk his way out of that. He looks back and like motions for Ophios to go back.
They say, who's with you? There was Yondas and Ophios.
I'm alone.
He kind of looks
J-
past you to like into the place because if you kind of the look that you gave.
Jail's
They
fine.
have disadvantage to see me because of the Naga scale.
I know.
Okay.
You're also in the darkness. You're like pushed in. What do you say? Jail's fine?
Jail's fine.
Slumbering Queen will speak with you eventually then. Well, let's go.
She steps out and closes the door like kind of behind her.
Yep.
Real fast.
One of the guards says, I can't wait until they just expand down into the basement. I know. They've been talking about it for years. And they start walking out. Well, the plans for that's supposed to be starting soon. Yeah. Slumbering Queen's sick and tired of these adventurers come passing through this area. It's so frustrating. No offense, Rena, but you're not exactly a welcome sight.
Scott, do both the guards leave?
Yeah, they walk off with her to escort
Cool.
her.
He's gonna go out.
She's
the
a
door.
warrior. Yeah. So you eventually got to go out the door. Where do you go?
I'm going to.
You need a stealth for me.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna go?
I'm going to try and follow, but like out in the grass, like edged around town.
Well, luckily you've been to
Possible.
prison often enough. You know where it is. So you don't really
That's
need to
true.
follow. You can just go there.
Correct.
Okay. Give me one
Wait,
second.
has Ophios been to this prison?
You've been into Hod Gwen enough times.
Okay.
Okay. So they escort Rena to the prison. They bring her down, and Rena, you're put into a prison cell with a couple of people you don't know. Yondas, you see Rena step into the prison. Of course, Rena, they take your armor, your weapons, and stuff like that. Not your armor,
Oh,
your
so-
weapons, and stuff like that.
Seems you're still alive. Sorry, I couldn't get you the potion quicker.
She stares at him, bewildered.
Yeah, I know. I can't believe I got caught either.
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
He looks like a Valorant guard.
Why are you here?
It's Giannis, by the way.
What? Why do you look like that?
What happened to your leg?
What do you think?
I'm just saying.
You want to pretend like you don't know?
You'd have to lie back. You want to be able to approach Tyler. They would notice you if you approach the prison.
Okay. I was like trying to see
And,
if I could figure out where they are or something.
I had to
In the
take
building.
this disguise to get into Sun's Rest with Jim because I didn't want to get caught since we weren't, supposed to be there. But what have you been up to? You've been gone.
She looks pissed. Well, seems like that didn't really work out for you, did it?
It wasn't my fault though, is the thing. It was
Jen left you behind.
no, well yeah, but it wasn't my fault that she left me behind. It was what's his name? Scott, what's his name?
When would I notice that? Oh, okay.
Whose
I
name?
was-
Aslan?
No, the other
Leon
one.
Yeager?
Leon, that's it. It was Leon's fault.
You ran into him?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure they'll let us out in the morning.
Apparently
And if they
some-
don't, that's fine. We can get out ourselves.
Somebody's like,
apparently
hey, whoa,
this-
whoa. Can you take me with you?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll take you with us because we're trusting of all random individuals in prison.
At first, I thought you were being honest. I got a little excited. You don't got to make me whoop your ass, do you?
Anyway,
She stares at you and just
I don't have access to, my stuff right now. So, we have to wait.
stops talking.
I don't know if there's any more RP you guys wanted to do.
Just waiting for him.
If you're cool, I think we'll just wait until I can make my daggers again.
Where am I meant to go?
Guy's like, hey, you can make a shiv? I'll just take a shiv. I can find my own
Oh
way
my
out.
god, Rena, this guy's been talking to me all day.
Is it just one guy?
There's a couple other people in here too, but one guy that's like standing in Messy's cell and he's got a little too close to Messy.
Oh, I
Hey,
really
you know
wanna
that's
punch him.
He's-
that's
you're in a
Rita the
different cell.
Destroyer, right? By the way,
I'm in a
That-
different self.
Yeah.
Okay.
You say, yeah, it's ready to destroy, right? He goes, nope,
You don't know who that is?
nah.
She's way more interesting than me. You should talk to her.
He looks at her and he goes, not my type. She looks like she has standards.
At least you're self-aware.
He nods. He's like, hey, listen, it takes a certain type of lowlife to end up in Hot Gwen's prisons. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my god. It's just it's gotten to the point now where he can say anything and it pisses me off right now. I don't know. It's just
You
been
know
like
what they
this
say
all
about
day.
that, huh? You're ready to be pissed off? Then, unless you're into that, because I'm not here to...
Oh,
She
hey,
goes
do you
over
see
to
that
the-
spot on the wall guy.
She goes over to the bars, like to where this guy is. I don't know where he's at in relation to the bars, like separating. Is it like I'm assuming it's like they're just divided
you can
cells?
reach your hand in and,
Divided
like,
cells.
grab
Yep.
me?
And 2 people in each cell. Yep.
Okay, so she goes over, it struggles but gets over there.
Yep.
Can I tell you something? And she motions like,
And he's like, is it a way out?
Yeah, kind of. And I'm really pissed off at him right now, so I'd rather not talk to him about it.
I've kind of noticed that you seem to have you seem either angry or you got like that RBF going on.
Oh my god.
You want to know or not? Come here.
Sorry. He comes up. He's like, hey.
She leans in, and she's gonna grab him through the bars and pull as hard as she can.
Yeah. That's an athletics check. Or sorry, strength, ability check, strength check.
Don't forget you have to lower your
Disadvantage.
strength.
No, she has her armor
I'm
on.
assuming your armor.
I have
She
my
has her
armor on.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay. So they took my cloak and my backpack,
Yeah.
but they left her with her battle armor?
Well, they're gonna let her naked, just walking around with just like underclothings.
Is that enough?
Okay.
So anyways, a 12 strength. Do you
Oh,
want to modify that?
Athletics.
No, no,
You said a strength check.
I did say strength.
Oh. It should have been athletics, because you might be proficient in it, but
That's
doesn't
enough.
matter.
Does he knock out?
Yeah, he's a piece of gun.
She,
It'd be really annoying if he wasn't.
You actually,
the?
the 6 other people in the cells clap.
she just glares at Yondis and sits back down.
Hey, don't forget the name. He says that to everyone in the cells.
Somebody says, he really does have a tight grip. Put in your head.
Oh, knock him out too.
In your head.
And you just look crazy. I'm like, who?
Oh, it's in my head. Never mind.
Then you realize,
Anyway.
half of what that guy was saying was actually Chad. And you're like, I just attributed it all to this guy.
Just knocked him out for no reason.
Anyways, go ahead.
Can I cast a knife yet?
No. So anyways, let's wait till morning. Tyler, I imagine you find a place where you can sleep for the night.
Yep.
Okay. Hot Gwen does have sewers. They're rudimentary, but they do have sewers. Would you like to go be a sewer rat?
I mean, he's probably really hungry, so I mean,
Eat
if
some
there's
soup,
not
rats,
forest nearby to get a rabbit, he would find wherever he thinks.
You're in
that-
Hot Gwen. There's no forest. It's really that close.
All right, then I guess he goes in the sewer.
Also, getting in and out is going to be a little difficult. So we'll just say that you go down into the sewers, and that's fine. Roll a survival check just to be able to acquire food, but otherwise, you can just slink down there, okay? Morning comes about. Yondis, you
think I
still do not
find
have your
food.
power, because again, it's more than 24 hours later. At this point in time, it's in 24 hours, right? So anyways, eventually, like late morning, the gate will open up, and Slumbering Queen will come stepping in with one of the guards and say, I believe it was this. She points at Rena and say, this one, and while looking at Rena, points at somebody that isn't messy.
Am I disguised still?
Yep.
When does my disguise wear off?
Days, remember?
Oh my.
She points at somebody that
goodness.
isn't messy, and I imagine Rena shakes her head.
Yes, she's like, no.
Points at another one.
That is him or no?
No.
Right here.
She points at the one that is messy. I was wondering if anyone's gonna fuck with him. And she says, those two, bring him to the speaking cell upstairs. And then she turns and walks out.
No, she'll stand to her
About
feet.
time.
They allow you out, and they bring you upstairs to where the speaking cell is. Okay?
Okay.
Afterwards, after they bring you in there, they bring you into the room where she's just sitting there on the other side of a table. You guys are manacled at the wrists, but they don't like chain you to the table or anything like that. They're just manacled at the wrists. So you go over and they sit you down at the table where she's across from you. And as you guys like,
You know,
that
Queen,
a
if-
guard goes to stay inside the door, and she excuses them outside the door. Go ahead, Messy.
maybe we seem to get arrested often here. Maybe it's
I've
better if we
noticed.
schedule it with you next time.
Perhaps it would be easier if we just avoided the stuff altogether. Why were you in the
I
bank
did-
again?
We didn't know we would end up here.
It was an accident.
It was.
Are you passing through?
Yeah.
Then we will expedite that. Is there anybody else?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Where are they?
Hey,
He's out.
Is this Ophius?
She nods.
Very well. And Elijah?
I look pained, but say nothing.
He should still be in Sun's Rest, so he's probably fine.
We will expedite your departure from the city. I mean, no offense, but you tend to bring problems with you wherever it is that you go. So, you are
Yeah,
no
and time
enemy.
crystals, which you seem to love, huh?
Shut up, Giannis.
She stops and looks at Yondis and says, when you say shut up, Yondis, she says, you don't look like Yondis. Is this an illusion?
Yep. Yeah.
Not, we're
It'll
not
wear off in a few days, I
sure.
guess.
Oh,
Oh, she told me. So, yeah.
right.
You have something that you wish to discuss, Yondis?
Do you not remember, or are you just being coy?
Go on.
Okay. When time was throwing its little fits, I had the only thing in my possession that could stop it, and at the time, granted, I didn't know that's what it was, but you seemed to figure it out pretty quick, and you kept it for yourself. Or is that not what happened?
Are you through? Anything else you wish to get off your chest? This is your last opportunity, as you won't be coming back to Hard Gwen for some time.
Mm-hmm. Just throw us out.
She gives a gentle nod and says, again, you are no enemies of mine. So I wish you no harm, but I cannot have you around as chaos seems to follow wherever it is that you go. The city is currently trying to rebuild itself. There have been many problems, and the problems just continue to erupt here and there as time goes. I imagine you saw the passing of the passing of the red sky, and you've heard of the eruptions of the planar material happening all throughout the forests.
Nope.
Things are bad. She looks at Rena and say, is there anything that I can do to assist you before you leave?
I don't know how much you can
I wouldn't
help.
take it, Rena. She's a thief.
She looks back.
looks at Giannis.
So she turns her face to look at Yondis, but again, she has a mask on. And she looks back over to Rena and say,
God damn it, Steve! I said so many nice things about
this
you.
close.
You son of a biscuit.
This close. This close. So close to actually pushing the story along.
You biscuit. You're a fucking biscuit, Steve. Despise it.
She says,
Rip. Season finale next week, guys. Be there.
is there anything else that I can... You say, I don't know how much you can help. She said, as I'm going to ask for a favor in return, speak your mind, Rena.
Favor.
And here he said,
What kind of favor?
do you wish to hear it now? Leave and don't return.
Done.
Simple enough.
I have been speaking with the leadership of multiple city-states in Adir. This isn't a uniformly believed sentiment, but also one that is widely believed. Perhaps a period of time between now and your next return would not be a bad thing.
I get it. I understand. Well, we will do so.
She nods and says, I do apologize. I mean not to be any more offensive than is required. What can I do for you in return?
Keep an eye out for a large snake.
What do you? How much do you know about like regrowing limbs?
Rejuvenation. It's powerful and difficult magic, something that's not easily done except for by the most skilled of practitioners. Tends to be that some clerics and the like can do it. Why do you ask? It's called, what's the spell called? Rejuvenation? No. Restoration? No. It's reincarnation? No.
Regeneration.
Regeneration.
Thought he already said regeneration, but I guess I
I
missed.
said rejuvenation. My apologies.
Oh, okay.
Something a lizard can do with their tail.
I imagine it's quite difficult. Does it take very long?
When the process starts, it's painful, extremely painful, but it's happens relatively quickly.
What's relatively?
If I remember correctly, regrowing an entire severed limb can take upwards 2 minutes. It is painful.
Can't be as painful as losing the limb. Or more painful than losing the limb.
Depends on the scenario, I imagine. Various drugs and the like can be administered to reduce the amount of pain at the time of regrowth, since it's usually a pre-planned endeavor.
She looks to Giannis. I'm useless without it.
My apologies, maybe you're a little confused. You're assuming that I'm offering this service. I'm not, but only for one reason. I'm incapable of doing it myself.
Then who is?
That is a very difficult question to answer. There are very few in all of Eroth that have the power to rejuvenate a missing limb.
Okay. Alright. I appreciate it anyway.
If you had the limb with you, that would be a little bit more improperly preserved, a little bit easier to work with, but this is some incredibly powerful magic, is what you're asking of.
It's too late for that.
She nods. How is it that I saw you walking in here, then? I noticed a hobble, but I just assumed you injured yourself.
It's a fake.
A prosthetic.
Nods.
May I?
I'd rather you didn't.
No.
She says, you understands that not only am I a practicing physician, but I have an entire hospital under my command. That's why you asked this question to begin with. May I?
Don't do it, Rena. She'll take it from you for years.
Yes,
She would
I'm
have to
going to
cut it
scurry
from
out
me.
the door with it.
She'll show her. She'll remove her boot or whatever.
She says, please sit up on the table. She stands up and walks around. She looks at it and says, she spends like a solid almost minute looking at it in silence. And she says, this is incredible. I know not what material was used to craft this or how it is that they attached it to you the way they did. Can you wiggle your foot? And you can. You don't have toes. It's like a mannequin foot, right? But you can actually wiggle your foot. You can have the ability to do that, but it hurts. She's like, this is insane. Phrase that
Now
she's
you
never
want to
used
steal
before.
it, I bet?
She ignores him. You seem to be in pain.
She nods.
I can give you something to help you with that.
I would appreciate it.
There are multiple ways that this can be helpful. Some are more helpful than others, but they have their side effects. There are those that are less helpful with lesser side effects.
What
I
kind of
imagine-
side effects?
Well, if you use different doses of different medications at different times, depending on the moments, that would help you. I have an herb. It can be mashed into a cream and applied in sensitive spots of the body to assist you, but it's actually most effective if you were to burn it and inhale its fumes. That would certainly help with relaxing the mind and ease the pain of the body. I suggest you utilize this as your predominant form of pain management. Beyond that, I have other salves that you can use to rub into the area. These somewhat cloud the mind and judgment, so best used when you're settling down for the evening or in a place where you're not too concerned for your own safety or well-being. I don't suggest using them when judgment is involved. She leans in and says, some use it on the battlefield in great doses. You find it unwise. Loss of blood and a high dosage could lead to other negative effects, but... And then she shrugs. I do have another medication. It'll help you sleep. A deep sleep. You won't sleep. You won't dream very much, but it'll be a deep sleep. It'll help you rest when needed. Again, during times of great relaxation. Perhaps if you were to spend a few nights in a hotel or on a barge.
I'd be grateful for anything you can give me.
She nods and says, I can give you quite the supply of each of them, but unless you're asking for to lean heavier on the more powerful stuff, I suggest you lean more on the herb. Again, it is the least affecting of one's judgment. It takes a little bit of getting used to. It has minor side effects that after a time you'll build a tolerance to, and it'll not be very noticed by those around you, if at all.
She nods.
She says, very well. I'll have that done for you, put together. Unfortunately, even whatever medication or service that was provided to give this to you, this is well beyond my abilities, at least for now. I continue to push forward with my studies, but unfortunately my studies have been slowed by my focus on ruling the nation, by the focus of ruling Hod Gwen rather than the things that I find of personal interest.
And how do we get out of here?
I'm going to have you put into a comfortable barge. There'll be nothing but you, the sailors, and the captain that's going to captain it. It'll deliver you to anywhere you'd like that this river touches.
She's trying to think about like where they are.
Osto is probably where you want to go.
Yeah.
To Osto, then.
Yes.
Looks to Giannis.
Barge will be yours to use for a few months' time, so if you wish to use it even after Osto, assuming that's where you're going, she says, interrupting Yondis' response, then they will guide you from there as well.
Okay.
I'll have supplies placed into it, so you have food and the like.
We'll walk.
She ignores him once again.
Let us know when we're heading out then.
Your
Got
leg
Ophius
hurts
to-
to walk on, correct?
Yes, but I can still walk.
I'm not concerned about whether or not you're capable of it, just whether or not long distances of walking is wise. But
Smarter than taking any handout from you.
since a deer is known to have the greatest breed of horses in all of Eroth, I will see to it that 3 fine steed are provided for you and your companions. You're thinking to yourself, well, Ophios will get hungry.
Two
You're
could
giving
be
him
fine.
horses. Horses would be the right
She'd
size
say-
for him to eat, right?
2 would be fine.
She just kind of like looks at you blankly. Again, mask on.
Rena, if you're serious about taking a handout from this monster, I'd suggest you just take it for yourself. I don't want to be wrapped up in this again.
Are you gonna take off again like last time?
Maybe.
My apologies to the two of you. I understand that you have various domestic disputes that you're going to have to resolve. Many of them leading to the problems that Hodgwen has with your group to begin with. But that being aside, is there anything else, Rena, that I would be able to provide for you?
That's more than enough. Thank you.
Doesn't even come close.
Yondis, just go along with it.
Do you know all the people that suffered because I couldn't fix it?
She once again
Because she was
ignores
holding on to it.
his ad-libbing.
She did.
She doesn't say anything to you. She's just staring at you. Like, please, let's go.
She takes a step back and she looks down at it and says,
I'm curious what would happen if you have that on you for an extended period of time. I'm also genuinely curious what would happen if it were to break while you were wearing it. That's confounding.
I
Would you
don't
care
exactly want to figure that out.
She nods. Would you care to explain how it is that you got it?
I would rather not.
She nods again.
Good choice.
I imagine Ophios is up to some sort of trouble. Is he nakedly hiding around the city again?
He's fine.
She ignores him
He's
again.
likely nearby. I don't know where.
Is there anything that can be provided for Ophios to make his transportation to the boats easier? Perhaps a guard to escort you around to collect him, as he will
No.
not trust my looking for him. Or
No,
as she
that's-
won't trust my guard looking for him, sorry.
That's all right. It would preferably at night. He shouldn't really be
Yandis
seen.
is gonna stand up at this point and slam his manacles on the desk, or this, not a desk, whatever, this table.
I'm
Can
still
we
sitting on it.
leave?
It's ignored. What's up, Rena?
I'm still sitting on it.
Yep. You got a vibration on your bum.
Take it easy.
So how is it
Preferably
you
if we
intend
could
to
go
collect? How is it you intend to collect Ophios?
He can communicate with
I'm
him.
not answering any more questions. Slumbering bitch.
He'll be taken care of. She just shakes her head.
Use a sleepy bitch. She's wide awake, right here. Have some more Soko. So, anyways, she nods and says, "If you can communicate with him, then I expect that the two of you will stay here for the next hour or two, as the rest of the details are put together. I already gave the commands for the boat to be selected and supplies to be brought to it before now. If you think of anything else, I will I will escort you myself to the river. So I will see you in just a couple hours' time."
It won't be
Shame.
necessary.
She nods.
She then will once again say, "Thank you, Rena, for your cooperation." And she turns and walks out.
And Giannis will spit on the floor.
Would we trade places now?
Huh?
I'm the cooperative one this time. Is that what we're meant to do?
Any ounce of info you give that woman is gonna kill us.
Imagine how I felt about Jen Moss.
It's different.
How?
We didn't have a choice.
You didn't have a choice.
Here we do. We
Oh,
absolutely
okay.
have a choice. Absolutely we do.
What can I do? Motions to her leg.
I get it, okay?
No, you
But
don't.
just because you have... Yes, I do. And
Oh,
just
really?
because you have that... Yeah, well, you know, just because you have that doesn't mean you can't walk on it, okay? We can't
Slap him. Slap him, Rena. Slap him.
She's just
we
waiting for him
can't.
to say something else.
leave Ophios here, and we can't let them see him. You understand that, right?
I'm not an idiot, Yondis.
She's gonna escort us to the river to put us on her barge and float us all the way to Osta. What do you think Ophios is gonna do? There's no way we're gonna be able to move him. So we have to walk. And that's just the way it has to be.
You want to go on your own then?
Plus, you know, we're still in manacles here. We're still her prisoners. The only reason she's offering you these pseudo gifts is because she wants you to trust her enough to tell her everything she needs to know.
She just wants us to leave.
No, she wants us to leave, and she wants to take us to the barge. She wants to see Ophios. She wants to know everything about your new leg. She wants to know how we got here.
Jen Moss wanted to see Ophios, and she wanted to know everything about how we got there. You sound like a broken record. You don't see
I don't
that?
trust either of them, okay? We didn't
Yeah,
have a choice.
well, you trusted her
Jen.
enough to go with her.
This isn't the same. Well, let's not make the same mistake twice then. I've already trusted the Slumbering Queen multiple times, and she's fucked me.
Whoa. I know you were into it.
And the crystal
Not physically.
is back, isn't it?
You know how many years it wasn't? Because she had it? She took it from me and gave me a fake. She knew what it was. It wasn't an accident. You hate my father, right? She did the same shit.
She looks confused. Doesn't say
She held
anything.
on to the crystal for its power, the same as my father.
Was that to spite you, personally? Because that's why I hate your father. It was personal.
They did the same thing. It doesn't matter. Look, if you want to take a boat, fine. But Ophios can't, and I'm going with him. We'll meet you there. But you should come with us. Stupid manacles. I really wish I could just fucking cut them. You'll start like banging them on the table some more.
She gets down from the table and just goes and slumps down in the corner. She's just gonna wait for the slumbering queen to come back.
Okay.
Unless he says anything else.
Ophios, you're down in the tunnels. When somebody calls out, "Hello? I saw you down here. Hello?"
He's gonna look around.
You see somebody's like walking through the tunnels. They don't have a torch or anything like that, so you're guessing that they're likely Perrin or the like to be able to see in the darkness of the tunnels. "I saw you come down here. Who's out there?"
You saw who come down here?
Kind of like freeze. Pray Snaga. Is that you?
You who?
I love you, who's.
Trying to think of a joke with it, but I let it go. So he says, "Snaga, I saw you. Please, Lord, if I may be so bold as to ask, may your humble servant, rest his eyes upon you."
Just eat him.
I need to roll to see how evil Ophios wants to be right now because he doesn't want to do something that's against his god at the same time, so it's a tough DC.
Is it? To say,
Wait,
oh,
Ophios
no,
isn't
I'm not
lawful.
Sorry.
You're right, he isn't. And I rolled pretty dang low.
Yeah. Go ahead.
You may not. What is it you request?
I've been calling to you with my prayers for some time, looking for guidance. And then I saw you down here. It was you're eating vermin. I'm sure there's a reason for it, Lord. I don't know if this is meant to be my test, but if it is, I'm here to. I'm here for you, Lord. What is it that I can do for you?
The bank.
What of it?
Rob the bank.
Below the bank, there's something for you.
What is it, if I may ask?
You'll recognize it. You'll know it. Place your hand upon it and ask to be brought to a new place, to begin anew.
I understand.
There you will find your test.
He says, I understand. I'm so blessed to have been able to encounter the Bringer of Flame. Thank you.
What is the point of that?
Sun's Rest.
What of Sun's Rest?
Think of that name when you touch that, to which you will recognize.
You can hear, like, there's a moment. Roll a perception check.
What the fuck are you sending this guy to this random stranger?
I'm messing with him.
There's a couple of moments of silence. And he says, yes. Is there anything else I could do for you, Bringer of Flame?
Locate Yondis and Rena before you leave.
Yondis and Rena. Lord, do you mean Rena the Destroyer?
Yes.
I do not know what the Lord of the Forge would want with someone who's known to destroy, but I can tell you this: they have been brought to the local jailhouse, and they've been kept there. I believe the Slumbering Queen actually went there this morning.
Just let Rena know that Snaga calls for her.
Yes, Lord. I thank you for answering my prayers. He stands up, and he turns and walks out.
What a evil thing to do. He's not even gonna make it downstairs.
Rena, there's a double knock on the door, and the door opens up sometime after Slumbering Queen leaves. You see a guard come walking in. Rena and Yondis. Do I have that right?
She nods.
He shuts the door and walks over and says, from what I understand, I just was explains that the two of you have been being detained here for some time.
Yeah.
Well, listen. I just need you to know one thing. He leans in and he says kind of low, Snaga calls for you. He leans back and gives you a bit of a nod. And then he turns and walks out.
Okay.
I meant for him to say where I was.
She just watches him leave, like, and then she'd probably tell Giannis, are you able to mental link with Ophius now or no?
A couple more hours pass. He tries. He can actually start to see the blade starting to form in his hands. Ugh. Messy, roll me a D8. You got a blade in your hand. You can absolutely, you mental link. You like
Okay.
in that moment of clarity as you grasp the blade, you realize you have it. You mental link with Ophios and Rena. It's strained, feels static. It's giving you a headache almost instantly. You ever have those moments where maybe you just haven't had coffee or whatever it is, and all of a sudden you get a headache all at once? Just all of a sudden you realize it's a fucking headache and it sucks. It's one of those moments, but you make the mental link.
It seems it's starting to come
He said,
back to me.
tell
but
them he calls for them. This man is a very literal follower.
It seems I've gotten our minds connected again, but I'm probably gonna lose it soon. It's not all the way with me. That was Theophius.
What did you say again? Sorry.
He says he seems it seems I have a connection, but it's not gonna last long. Essentially.
Yondis?
Yep. Rena's with me. We're
Did you meet a
in the-
weird man?
No, we're in the the slumbering queen's tower. Where she has us in manacles. We need to leave.
Oh, I know you're in prison.
She's offered.
I'm in the sewer.
She's offered us a boat, but we both know you're not going to be able to take it.
Well, I mean, I can't exactly hide, so on
Right.
a boat. I mean, you're right.
Right. Unless, can you swim like quickly for days? Didn't think so. So we'll have to walk, but Rena seems very pressed to do that at the moment.
Yeah.
And Rena, you're in this, so you can hear this too.
Mm-hmm. Does Ophios say
I'm
anything?
assuming
or-
you're well, Ophios.
Well, I mean, I'm a little bit hungry. Things don't fill me up quite as much as they used to. They are smaller.
I guess that makes sense. So you're in the city still, I assume, since, you know,
I'm in the
you're
sewer.
within a mile of me.
Wait,
Disgusting.
does the
Alright.
prison have bathrooms?
Of course it does.
You're not... are you asking me? Because you're not doing that.
That
Not
he
like that.
He basically thought it out loud.
We
I
can all hear
presume
that,
those
Ophios.
link to the sewer, right?
You're not... We're fine. We're being escorted out soon.
You're doing
Well,
that thing again. Do you think you can ever connect me with her? Bro,
Anyway,
bro.
Ophios, I think,
Bro, I get it. Not your type. I get it. Friend zone.
Do you
That doesn't mean...
do you think, Ophios, that Rena could ride with you, perhaps? Is that a possibility?
I can't exactly ride a horse.
No, I mean, you'd be the horse.
Well, I tried to get her to do that earlier.
Whoa.
She didn't seem to.
Want to ride the snake?
Well, apparently she's not going to be able to make the walk all the way down. We need to find a way. She's pouting at the moment, but she's here.
Rena, he doesn't have to say that line to you.
He does.
I will do what is necessary to make sure that Rena and all of us stay together. If that is what is needed, then I will make it work.
All right, and we just need to get the slumbering bitch off of, so I guess we'll meet you somewhere outside the city.
I imagine there's a story behind that, but I presume this isn't the time to ask.
I'll tell you on the road. I'll let you know when we're leaving. If I'm able to make the connection again. If
I
not,
hope it's at night, but
it'll be soon. And sun should be setting soon.
well, that would be beneficial.
All right, I'll keep this link active if I can, and when we leave, I'll let you know.
Sounds like a plan.
If you don't hear from me, I'm still alive, more than likely. Just stay in the area until
Is somebody threatening your
tomorrow.
life, Yondis?
You can't trust this people.
Well, I think I'm big enough to eat them if necessary. You'll kind of hear him laughing internally. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you eat them and Rena will cut them in half, and I'll just tell them to stop, and they won't. All right. Just hang tight, okay?
Yeah, I'll be here in the sewer.
What did you mean by did we see a weird guy?
Oh, there's a guy who approached me in the sewer thinking I was Snaga, and I told him to come and get you guys, and I imagine that's when you were like, oh, I should try and mental link with them.
Okay, don't talk to strangers in the sewer, Ophios.
He couldn't tell what I was, but he thought I was Snaga, and I told him to say Snaga was looking for you or beckons you. I don't remember what I told him.
The Slumbering Queen knows you're in town, so if that information leaks, she might come looking.
In other news, it might be a good
You may wanna
distraction.
move.
He's going to try and get into the basement of the bank.
Maybe. Or he gets arrested and then he narcs on he was in the sewer and Snaga told him to do it, and then they come for you. So,
No, I'll leave the sewer. That's fine.
if you can, just don't get spotted, alright?
Do what I can,
Obviously.
Giannis.
Yeah, I'm worried about that. Let me know if you need help. I can't do much, I'm in manacles, but, and then we'll wait. He's not gonna finish that thought.
Eventually, SQ would come back in and say,
Hate her. She sucks.
everything,
Boo.
everything that we've discussed has been, prepared for you, including the supply of herb and whatnot that I can procure, as well as instructions of how it is to make some of these medications should you deal with an herbalist or the like wherever it is that you're going.
I'm sorry, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to use the barge.
The barge is the quickest and safest way out of a deer. Should you choose to use another method after you leave it, that's up to you.
We can't.
Why can you not use the barge?
We just have to go by foot. We'll be quick about it.
You have a broken leg that you're about to start medicating yourself to handle the pain of, and you want to
It's
go
my
on
problem.
foot. Where is Ophios?
Told you.
I know that you weren't convinced of this by Yondis. He's being childish, and you have grown an immunity to that. This has to do with Ophios. Why is he causing a complication?
It doesn't matter. You just want us to leave, so we're going to leave. Plus, I don't really know.
I do want you to leave, but seeing as you're not my enemy, I also don't exactly want you having run-ins with the Paradel either. I know they are your enemies. The barge will not be stopped
not
in
worried
any
about
way
them.
that will interrupt your travel. You will not be bothered or captured.
I'd rather not fight you on this.
There is no fight.
I've promised you I would leave.
Then you'll be
do
escorted out
so.
of a deer. I was trying not to do this, but it will be an armed group that will escort you out of a deer. It will not be small either.
Yeah, send your best. Or we could just walk. Up to you.
If you wish
Your
to go on,
choice.
ignoring him still, she says, if you wish to go on foot,
Yeah.
I'm not going to fight you on the matter, but you will be escorted.
Willing to risk your men's lives to the chaos?
I'm willing to make the necessary choices to keep the people of Adir safe. I'm not saying that these people are going to walk with you in manacles. They will keep their distance.
Yeah, but we don't really want them around. You see?
She ignores him again.
Anyway, I guess we'll be going. So if you just want to take these off us, and he'll just like hold his arms out.
Would you prefer a wagon?
Is that the
That
only
could
way you'd
work.
let us go without guards?
She shakes her head and says, no, if you're going on foot, the guards are going to be following you. Are you taking the horses?
No.
Do you at the very least want the medication?
Yes.
She nods and says,
I had a feeling that there was going to be some sort of complication. Allow me to change your orders. I'll get you out of here in the next hour's time.
Ooh, more waiting. Cool.
Just stop and say, if your plan is Osto, is there more direct and fast path than riding on a stream that delivers you directly there?
That's just it. We're not logical. Goodbye.
She doesn't. She ignores his response.
You can leave now. Hello?
She's too high of an intelligence and wisdom score to be provoked by childish antics.
I'm just trying to annoy her. I just want her to have every moment with me be agonizing. That's how I get my revenge.
It doesn't really matter how long it takes us. We'll get there.
She nods and says, well, your destination is not my concern, and I wouldn't ask you to give it to me. It's simply everything that we've discussed thus far. Very well. It must go this way. Again, Rena, I do give my apologies. I wanted to be as light on the offense as possible. Fortunately, things have taken a bit of a turn for the worse. I hope that one day things don't have to be this way. But I hope you understand my perspective. In the meanwhile, another hour's time, approximately. And she will turn and leave.
How many hours has it been?
Since she left and came back, about 2.5 hours. So Messi's
since the
powers...
Since the bank.
Oh, since the bank? I mean, a lot of the next day, and then there's some hours on top of that. Like, it's been a while. Messi's powers are coming more and more returns to him, which is good news, because he's actually starting to feel like his power returning. It still has a bit of a strain, but he knows that if he has definitely another half day, he'll have full of his power back, all of his power back, beyond needing, like, to rejuvenate whatever he's used at that point, right? Anyways... just double checking something real quick. Give me 1 second, and I'm going down to where am I? Not you, not you. Where are you? You. Eventually, about an hour and change later, a hobgoblin will open up the doors. It's a male hobgoblin standing a little over 5 feet tall, which hobgoblins aren't very tall people. A little over 5 feet tall. You know what I mean? Well built, definitely a strong person. Not young, not old. Long black hair, crimson eyes, whatever. They come walking in and they look at you and say, hello, I'm told that I'm supposed to be escorting you outside of a deer.
Okay.
Is it nighttime, Scott?
It is not nighttime yet, because it was morning when she met with him beforehand. I was told I'm going to be escorting you outside of a deer.
Okay.
Does Rita respond at all?
She just nods.
Okay. Once he gets a response from both of you, he says, I was told to ask as to whether or not either of you will be taking a horse to ride on, or if you would actually be walking on foot.
Do you still have my stuff?
He nods. He says, I believe a few items are confiscated. Very few items actually were confiscated from you. Most of them from the lady. I'm told that your bag was some kind of magic, and that whatever was discussed was placed into the magic bag.
So we'll be getting that back soon?
Yes, of course. I actually have everything in the room next to this where you'll be given your supplies. I was also, I would like to ask of the two of you, this arrangement, whatever it is that's being put into place, I'm not here to be your enemy. I'm not here to fight you. I wish for no form of violence of any sorts to happen. Whichever direction you wish to go, north, south, east, west, whatever it might be, we're just going to hang back. My soldiers are pretty decent marksmen, so if they need to aid you in combats, they will be more than willing to do so from a distance. Can we agree that's a good, say, 100 meters or so would be a comfortable distance between my scouts and yourselves, and I'll have the rest of my people a little bit further back than that. Is that comfortable enough to make this as easy of a transition as possible?
How far are you meant to travel with us?
Just to the border of Adir. We have no intention of crossing over into Paradel. So whenever you hit Paradel's border, we will hang back, and hang back far enough as you get close enough to it as to not draw attention to your crossing.
If I were you, I'd hang back a little bit further. Paradel's been sending troops to the border.
They've actually taken the Southern River. If you're looking for the quickest way, it's to head directly south to that river, and we will not follow you past the bank. Whatever you do from there is your own decision. We're, so I've been incredibly rude, by the way. My name is Kolveg. I'm the general
Nice.
of Hodgwen.
So you're saying if we go down to the river, just
the
south of
Southern
the bank
River,
here,
not
that, you'll-
Hodgwen's River.
Oh. Okay, so if we go to the Southern River, you'll only follow us to about the bank and then you'll leave.
Yes. I mean,
Does Paradel have military presence there at the moment?
he does sigh and say, your phrasing here does suggest that you're saying that you will immediately turn around and head another direction.
No, we'll keep going south, just not through the river.
He nods. He says, Paradel has troops along that river's border because it's recently acquired lands. If I'm going to be honest with you, if you're looking for the quickest way to Paradel, it's a couple dozen miles from here. It's not incredibly far. We could be there in less than 2 days' time with a good push. 2 days' time if you wish to move at a less strenuous pace. I was told somebody had an injured leg. He doesn't look down at either of your legs. He just says that. He's looking at eye level.
We'll be walking.
He nods. No steed's fine with me. It's less that I have to give up of my own. Do you wish for the closest border crossing, or do you wish to head down to the river? Or would you prefer my advice?
I guess the closest border.
Closest border would be
And
south-southwest from here.
he'll look to Rena for confirmation.
You know where we're going better than I do.
Where they're going would be best along the river. It would actually...
Yeah, it
It's,
would be
it's
best
like when you're in a
along the
video
river, but
game
we'd
and
be
you
able
walk up
lose
to the
these
quick travel.
guys.
You go up to the quick travel button and you quick travel and it says, would you like to quick travel? And you hover over the OK button. Then you press cancel and proceed to spend IRL 8 hours walking to the location instead of the quick
Yeah, I
travel
like
with the
Skyrim a
30-second
lot, too.
cutscene. Like,
I'm a big Skyrim fan. We should probably just go east. I mean, it's not too much further that way.
he nods, because you're speaking out loud. He nods and says, truth be told, I would have suggested the east, along the river. The border between Adir and Paradil over near Trizodal is one of the easiest borders to cross, as we do have a small amount of trade with them over there. They've also rescinded all their soldiers that they've brought into Adir aside from south of the river. So again, my suggestion is to head that direction, as you'll have the least interference with your travels.
She stands to her feet. Do you have all the supplies the Slumbering Queen requested?
I was told that everything that you had discussed with her was
in the
placed
bag,
inside of
right.
your bag.
Perfect. Let's get going.
He nods. He steps
Sounds good.
forward. He steps forward and calls for a guard as he does so. A guard walks in and hands him keys. It's at this point in time that you see that he actually takes the keys with one arm, because he is like, as his cloak moves and whatnot, you realize he's actually missing an arm. He goes over and you can tell not because of like the way he's standing. It's literally he unlocks the manacles the way he does every task with one arm, and places the manacles on the table, does the other thing and places the manacles on the table and hands the key back to the guard. The guard collects the manacles, so on and so forth. He says, I was told there was a third joining us, but you might have to collect them.
No.
That's a lie.
Yep.
Changing plans.
He shakes his head and says, there were 3 that came into the city. There are 3 that are going to have to leave.
Well, at this point, he probably gone now.
He looks at you and says, do you truly believe that? Or are you just trying to make things more difficult?
She just gives him like a shake of her head, like,
He takes a deep breath and says, so he's not walking out of the city with us, this Ophios. I know of Ophios. I know of what happened in the hospital before with your mage that could use ice. I know of all this.
Ooh,
Put the manticles back on them, please. I'll find Ophios. He walks back out. The guard goes with the manacles back on you
Good
guys.
luck.
Could have been done. So the guards put the manacles back on you guys unless you fight with them.
nope.
Walk out and they shut the door again. Ovios. Several more hours passed.
Oh, wait. Hey, Ophios, it's me.
It's daylight. I've
they're looking
still
for you,
the
buddy.
sewer. What?
They're looking for you.
There's not really
They're,
many places for me to hide here.
Yeah. Tell you what, buddy. As soon as the sun goes down, we can break out of here and meet up with you on the eastern side of town.
Sounds fair to me.
All right. I'll hit you up again when we're going.
Question.
To me? Yeah. Anything? What's up?
Did they say anything about a guy trying to rob the bank yet?
No. Sorry.
Damn. I hope he comes back.
Yeah. I mean, someone made it to us. I doubt it was the same person. We met with the guard, so maybe there's a
No.
network of some Snaga worshippers here or something.
That'd be nice, I think. I don't know. I don't know where to go other than navigate these sewers deeper, as deep as they go.
I'll let you know when it's dark, and you can just make a break for it.
Sounds good. I'll see how well I can hide down here.
Eventually, Ophios, you hear footsteps walking down the tunnels. And you hear somebody calling out, Bringer of Flame.
Hello?
You hear him in a whispered tone say, I told you he was here. Bringer of Flame, Lord. It's your humble servant returned. I've come with a couple of other believers. Lord of the Forge, there's something I must warn you. The orders have been given. Soldiers have been activated. Reserves, active duty, local guard, all. They're searching the streets for someone by the name of Ophios. I believe he's one of your kinds. Ophios has been seen before. He's a snake-like person. It's been talked of many times throughout these lands. I think this is one of your followers. We thought we would bring warning to the Iron Lord in case you needed to warn your follower. Myself and those with me, we have also been given orders to find Ophios, but we decided to come out here and warn you instead.
I must ask something of you, for which you will be rewarded.
Anything.
I need you to retrieve Rena and her comrade from prison.
And
Aid them in getting out of Hodgwen to the east.
He says, "Of course, my lord." You can see he kind of like bows from off in the distance in the darkness or whatever, and then stands up and turns. But as he's starting to turn, one of the people that's with him says, "What's the reward?" and he's kind of like, the fucking PC. Yeah, there's always one in the group. How much you paying me?
I don't work for gods for free.
Scott, I have the ability with the heated weapons, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will take a piece of armor that I have that I no longer need, and toss it towards them.
Sure. So like hold it, get it nice and
But
warm and toasty.
I'm gonna hold it to where it's hot,
Yep.
so when they touch it, it's gonna burn.
Yep, absolutely. So you throw the
Nice.
armor over. And
Yep.
the guy looks down and he's like, I knew this was fake. Look at it. It's just plain off. Ah!
It will be
And then they all
cool, so
bow,
you
they're
can
like, "We'll do
so
whatever
you
say."
can touch it upon completing your quest.
Roll me a charisma check. What is this? A persuasion check.
Persuasion.
I was going to say, roll me a leadership. That's FFG, Scott. Oh, I saw that
Jesus.
one.
Oh.
I saw that one right there.
No. Oh,
12.
no. That's where I had to look.
Okay. So you have a 12?
Wouldn't you have advantage, Scott? Because he's like a big snake guy in the suit.
No, no. The other people believe, but not this one guy. So, anyways, so they kind of like the group of them agree to it. The armor, they leave it there, saying we'll return for the reward when we're done, and they go to leave. Tyler, perception checks. Check, singular. Okay. You hear of others slumbering around in the sewers looking for you. You, of course, hear this. You have advantage on your whatchamacallits, and you can, as a snake, hide inside parts of water and whatnot as well. You're able to easily evade them because you can hear them coming. Rena, eventually the door opens again. That same strange guard as before comes walking in. Walks over and says, "You two are coming with us. Let's go now." You see there's a couple of other guards with them. But insight check, both of you. Rena, you're still with disadvantage, sadly.
Oops.
Yet she's smarter than Messi.
No, that was right.
You recognize the one that did say
Wait,
Of course.
Snaga or whatnot.
Did I? So I didn't fail, or did I fail?
It's tiered. You didn't fully succeed. So you can use the die if you'd like.
Okay. I actually forgot to put it down to a d6 last time I rolled my
How
perfect 8.
dare you?
So I got to do that. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry, it's been a while, Scott. There you go.
Okay.
19.
You guys recognize that not only is this person seem familiar or whatever, but the others two that are with them, that are seemingly with this guy, that are working with him, they look nervous. Like they're looking about like, I hope nobody realizes what we're doing. You come to the realization that clearly they're not with the other guards. What's up?
We had a bag with us that we need.
He says,
retrieve it.
"Shut up. You're coming with us. We will get anything we need to along the way." And then he kind of like grabs you by like the manacles, starts pulling you along. As you guys are walking out, you can see that they already have grabbed your supplies from the other room. The other people are holding them.
Okay.
They
go
start
with them.
walking out of the place. One of the other people, like the other one's like, "Hey, where are you bringing those to? I thought Kolveg wanted them here. Who do you think asked for them?" The guy starts to question again. He says, "I outrank you." Stands down. And the person's like, "Sorry, sir." And they continue to walk out. As they
Yeah, we'll go with them. Thank you, Tyler.
As they go walking out with you guys, once they like leave around the area with his others, the one guy is actually gonna lean out, kind of like step back as the others kind of like walking about or whatever. One of the others is gonna step back a little bit, and he's going to say to the so he's kind of between the two of you. He's gonna say, "I just wanted to let you know that I touched it as well. I could feel it. I could feel the warmth of my son. It was a gift from Snaga. I have to admit, I was in
He's been kind to us.
He nods. I was in a low place. He was taken from me so young. But he told me to go down there and think of my son and where he rests. And I know now, I could feel his warmth. He's with Snaga."
She just nods along.
I'm sorry you had to go through that, but thank you.
He shakes his head. He says, "The pain of losing my son, I don't know if I'll ever be able to cope with it. Knowing that properly serving the Iron Lord, I know that I'll be able to join him one day."
Hopefully not too soon.
He nods and says, "No, there is so much heresy here. There's much to be done in Hardglen. Much to be done." And he leads you to gates to the sewers and says, "This way."
Yeah, I'm gonna psychic whispers to Ophios. We're moving east. Seems your boys have gotten inside of the building.
Oh, good. They actually do believe I'm Snaga.
Oh my god. Can you meet
He's
us
like,
on the edge of
"Yes,
town?
that's me."
Or maybe further?
No, they're leading you to the sewers.
Can you meet us in the plains?
They're leading to the sewers, like east side.
They're leading these guys to the sewers. They're bringing Rena and Tyler and Messi into the sewers.
I mean,
To
Tyler,
me or
he did say to
east?
bring to the east.
Oh, did you? I am so sorry.
I did.
They were
I
east. My
specifically said
apologies.
bring him east because it was
Yeah.
Yondas said we'll meet you east.
I'm sorry, I
And
missed
so
that.
it was like when he called me again, was like, well, they're looking for you. I was like, I
Means the
imagine,
east, yep.
yeah,
ahead.
2 and 2 together.
East
So
is easy.
I'm
That's, where
evading in the sewers.
that's the way the river flows from. That's the inflow of river into the sewers.
Oh, okay. Then I would take the armor and head that way if possible while evading these guards.
Yep. And obviously the sewers are gated off the entrance, but you can obviously do one of your misty steps or whatever it is you need to, one of your different teleports that you need to get outside of the gated area. That's not an issue for you.
My
Wait,
goal is
taking
to
the
not
armor?
get outside of the gated area because I want these guys to still think I'm Snaga, so I'm staying in the dark.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
So,
So,
taking the armor with you though?
yeah, so
I'm
you-
bringing the armor to him
them.
so I can heat
Yeah.
it up again.
So I
Oh.
imagine you guys coordinate to
Slightly,
go.
so
I
it
imagine you
stays
guys
warm,
coordinate to
yeah.
over to the gated area, so Tyler stays inside of it and you two are outside of
Mhm.
it. Gotcha. So they bring
Yeah.
you down there, and then as they walk down, that one lead guy looks to the other two and he's like, give them their stuff and stay back here. And he looks at that one guy and says, "And you shut up." And he turns to the two of you as you guys are handed your stuff from the two of them and says, he's this way. And turns and starts walking over towards the sewers over there.
Scott, would I be able to get there before they got there?
Oh yeah, easily. You have tons of time.
Absolutely.
I have
yeah.
heated weapon. Can I melt a hole in that gate?
No, it doesn't get that hot.
Damn.
Iron melts at a much higher temperature. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
I
unless
just
you had
thought I'd
spells
ask.
or something like that that could do it. No. So either way,
You have something acidic?
no.
Ignore
Okay,
me,
cool.
Sorry.
So
I don't have
no,
anything acidic.
Yeah, I was waiting for his response. So he leads you guys down to the gated area. And so Rena, you of course as well. And as he walks up to the gate, he actually falls to his knees.
Oh,
I continue on.
Okay.
Have
so
you
here then.
brought them here?
What'd you say?
I said, have you brought them here?
He says, Iron Lord, here are those that you have asked for. Here are your servants.
Oh no.
He's gonna grab the armor up again and heat
Like,
it up
throw
so
it
it's
through the
like
gates? Yeah.
warm and throw it through the gates.
I imagine because like it's just like moist or whatever out there because like sun has fallen, so it's like dew or whatever in the grass. It like sizzles on the grass.
Mm-hmm. Rena, you recognize this armor as Ophios's plate that you made him.
Yeah, no, she's
the
walking
breastplate.
straight in. She didn't care.
Well, we're
Rosin,
waiting.
Rosin, that was like session 2 of episode 1.
You're walking straight into the sewer, or
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
wherever you are.
we're behind a. There's like a grate between us and the sewer.
there is. Oh, I thought it was just.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're waiting for the
I'm able
soldiers
to-
to leave.
Yeah.
throw the armor out?
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't realize there was a grate.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine then. Should just stand and wait.
Thank you again, sirs.
He looks and he's like, am I to leave?
You've
She
done
nods.
what is asked. Snaga blesses you.
He nods and says, Lord, I have visited your temple. There is too much dust that has settled there. Understand, you will not be disrespected like this ever again. And he stands up and he grabs the metal, which is burning his hands, and he just kind of like clenches his
Shouldn't
teeth.
be that.
It's
hot.
not burning; it's warm, but not hot.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because I
So
told
he
him
picks
it
it-
would be cool
it's
enough for
warm.
them to
Yeah,
touch.
to
Yeah.
touch, yeah. So then never mind, he picks it up and he grabs the warm metal, but he doesn't do so like cautiously. He just grabs it, and again he kind of like looks into the gate one last time, and he turns and walks off.
And to the one that questioned me, I'm going to actually smite him.
Maybe don't.
It's a very minor thing. A very minor thing. I'm literally gonna hit him with mage hand.
Oh, make sure it doesn't do
Hit
damage.
him with mage hand.
I can push him. I don't want to actually do damage. I just want to. Make
Oh,
him-
you have a different version of Mage Hand. That's right,
Yeah.
because it's invisible.
Correct.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
It's not
how-
Mage Hand.
wouldn't he
It's like
see,
telekinesis.
It's telekinesis. That's technically what
Like
it
a
is,
Mickey
but it's
Mouse
like
esque
here.
hand.
I'll click
Mickey
the-
Mouse.
I'll click the
Like
thing.
you're playing. What's that game? Fucking Smash Brothers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, crazy hand.
Shove one creature. Strength saving throw.
And you said it was kind of sloppy there, so he's gonna.
Ugh.
5 feet.
Yep. You just throw him
He-
back 5 feet randomly.
Yeah.
It's like as you say, and to the one that questioned me, and all of a sudden he's just kind of like, you know.
Yep.
He
just
realizing
threatened
that the guy that witnesses it like further back falls to his knees as well. And when he realizes that he falls to his knees, and the other one's coming back holding the armor, he like looks about like and then falls to his knees too. Like, I don't want to believe, but it's too real.
Make sure that that chamber is maintained. Don't let them expand that bank to the lower levels.
He nods and says, he will turn back and he says, I have plans, Lord. You'll be proud.
You may go.
They leave.
By the way, did you share that sun story with me, Messy, at all, or no? When you're
Probably not yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Totally.
Oh,
So there was
No.
a TC, a trump card that said, did someone say Chaos and Hod Gwen? So I was like, I know what to do. And I started messaging Steve off to the side, and I was like, that man's son died. He's like, he was sent to touch the statue and think of son's rest.
And I added some chaos in the fact that they're going to be fighting against the expansion of the bank.
Not just the bank, the tranquility, the something of tranquility, like her church.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's chaos.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, Ophios, it seems it's time to go. And we should go quickly because they do know we're headed east.
He teleports out.
Okay.
Not used to that. Somehow.
Sorry, I had
All
to
right.
get rid of that armor, Rena.
She's just rifling through the haversack for her stuff.
Gonna smoke it. Perhaps, you ride on Ophios and him and I will start the travel here.
You're really right on Ophios. No, without a
What
saddle.
else? What else do I find in the haversack besides the
There is
medicine and my stuff?
there's an equine thing that you could possibly use.
What else do I find in the haversack?
Just the
besides
medic-
my
Get
stuff?
yourself in.
Just the medications, and one small note.
What does it say?
It says, "I wish it could be different." SQ.
Oh,
He
fuck.
took all the weapons?
Oh,
I have no weapons.
They have their stuff. Their stuff was given back to them.
Oh.
No, that's what I'm asking about.
Oh, all of your stuff. She didn't give you any additional supplies. No foods, no anything. No additional supplies, just the medication.
Okay,
That's
good.
fine.
Okay. Yep. And you obviously still don't have your big axe because it got left elsewhere.
An axe is fine enough. That's fine.
Wait, you lost your great axe?
Well, you were supposed to have a fucking fast journey to where the axe was, but you guys are like, no, 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 no. We do not want to have our life be easy. We want to make more enemies before we make our life more painful,
Listen,
slow, and
I didn't
difficult.
say that. Okay, I didn't say that.
No.
Listen, we already made more enemies when I destroyed Sun's Rest with magma, so... Which I didn't know was gonna happen.
Is the cloak in there?
Cloak of disguise?
All of your stuff, all of
No,
your stuff
the
was returned to you.
The
Oh,
cloak you
oh,
got
the
back.
towel.
The
Yeah,
teleport,
yeah,
it was
yeah,
actually
yeah.
handed back to you just now
Yeah.
Oh, it was physically handed back to me.
because it wasn't in the bag. The only stuff that was put into the bag was the medicine.
Well, then
And the
she would have asked Yondis where he got that from.
Also the backpack.
Oh, Aslan, give it back to me. I
'Cause
tried to
he al-
use it.
He also had the backpack, which you hadn't seen in a while.
I tried to use it to move down to you, but I guess I hit something and it didn't work. By
It
the
was-
way, Scott, if I had been able to teleport down there, we wouldn't. This whole thing I feel like would not have happened.
That's rosin. Listen, it was the kiwi that caused the chaos. Rosin did the community curse. Steve did the trump card. Okay, that's all kiwi chaos right there.
Anyway,
Happy Kiwi noises.
You guys got a fortune's favor to help you get out.
Yeah, I had to have been what the people coming in the sewer were. Which at the beginning I was like, I have no idea how to creatively do this. And I was like, oh!
The fortune's favor was the functioning of the teleporter, which hasn't worked in ages.
Oh.
Yeah, was erupting both of you guys out and into an area and establishing that the slumbering queen would be willing to get you the fluff out of here. Like, you literally got teleport from location A to B and then fast travel from B to C. And you guys are like, okay, I'll take the teleport, but fuck you. I do not want your boat.
I
don't want your
didn't
food.
say that.
I don't want your boat. I don't want your really expensive horses. I don't want any of that stuff.
don't want them.
Give me the drugs. I'll take the
Hell
drugs.
yeah! Now you're speaking my
I
language,
don't want
Scott.
the drugs. I want all the drugs. But
Rena, I hope you had fun. I'm sorry.
we need a Kiwi Chaos emote. Can that be a thing? I think I need to get one for Lost Initiative because we can actually have a animated GIFs over there. I can't do animated GIFs on this channel because I'm not partnered here. But over there, I can have a Kiwi Chaos emote. Okay? I just need an idea of what to do. I think I have Ceruli Cat do it. Unless Rena, you want to, I could just hire Ceruli Cat to do it.
I have some other things I'm working on.
Okay, so I'll go to Ceruli Cat. Cool. Okay.
I guess that's not the season finale then.
Well, we're walking to Osto. So, does anything happen to us, or can we just skip to that, or should we just end here and do Osto next week?
Yeah,
Oh, Snaga's
yeah,
asking an important question. The
Yeah,
Fortune's
we-
favor destroyed the university.
yeah. We definitely are stopping here. I have.
season finale next week, part
no,
3.
the season's over.
Oh, it is. So
Yeah.
we're not going to Osto, or we're doing
No,
Osto.
you're doing,
next season?
but Osto is meant to be. So just so everybody knows, we can actually, we can just do this kind of. Well, the problem is now you have to fucking travel there, you fucking piece of shit. You easily could have
you
just
can
been like, look, we're in Osto, beep beep beep, like 45 minutes ago.
In all fairness, his character not wanting Ophios in his
There's
new form
no
to be
way.
seen, like
There's
Yondis
no way I'm giving
is
the Slumber
right.
Queen
Well,
anything.
hold up. You don't want Ophios in his
to be seen.
20-foot form to be seen. Do you realize how many levels of impossible that is?
Exactly.
It is not possible for Ophios to not be seen anymore.
The goal.
I'm
The
aware.
goal is Rena gets to really be the queen of snakes, and it's Rena's pet now.
I mean, the thing is, like,
I don't think
he
that's-
can't.
I don't think that's the goal.
He cannot not be seen now. There's no magic
I'm
that's
aware,
going to hide
I'm
him
aware.
without like powerful transmutations.
There is absolutely no way in the one time we're going to be at Hogwen for the rest of the season, and probably next season too, that I'm going to let the Slumbering Queen get first look at Ophios. That's not going to happen. She's going to hear about it from someone else, and
Oh,
she's not
first
going to
look.
have any idea.
Honestly, you guys could have just asked
Yeah.
for a crate. You're like, can I have a box? Like,
No,
like a big
he
wooden
weighs 2
box?
tons.
I weigh 1 ton. 1 ton.
Yeah,
weighs
1 ton. Still,
1 ton. Okay, 1 ton. Still, that's a
2,000
shit
pounds.
ton.
1 ton.
literally.
I think Rena could pick up a ton.
Oh,
It's 5 feet.
all it takes is one,
She pick up
one
a
more
ton and
trump
jump
card
50
or
feet.
even like a curse. All it takes is one person with a curse to be like, oh, the nails would
There's
break
not a
on the
sing-
box, and
there's not a
Ophios
single
spills out
person-
on the deck.
Is that a single person that would help the Slumbering Queen? Nobody.
Steve.
Nobody would.
Steve is cracking up because the trump card helped speed things up, and the Fortune's favor destroyed the university.
All right.
Aslan
my
is going to
God.
be pissed about that if he's alive.
Whatever, fuck him.
I DM'd you,
Fuck
Scott.
him.
We need to
Oh,
roll
man.
hit dice for our level up at the end of the season too.
Do you want me to respond to that?
If it makes sense to do so now.
Okay. You send that instantly, right?
Yeah. If not, you can wait.
I know. But I can't begrudge you for it. There is much to be done,
Oh,
and at least now I have the ability to succeed.
I figured he'd say something like that. Yeah.
So he survived the magma.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
I mean, he could just insta-freeze it. He just ice it.
That's Develijah. He's not dying of magma, dude. Are you kidding me?
Elijah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I like
We've been
it.
saying that for a while, dude.
I haven't heard you say Devil Elijah. Probably you and Reno while streaming. I haven't heard it.
No, in Regicide spoilers, I think we've been
I
calling
think
him
so,
Develijah.
yeah.
Oh, I definitely didn't
Yeah.
notice that. Maybe I missed it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy. I like Develijah being out and about.
Yeah, Devil Elijah. All right, cool. So, anyways, so the whole idea to get to, because to be clear, traveling through Paradel, as much as it should have just been insta travel, I'm a DM magic this because we have story to tell. So, it was supposed to be you're on a boat and you're there. Nobody questions it because that boat has free passage through. They do the checkpoints. Nobody questions anything. You're there. Now somehow magically you guys fucking travel across of all of Paradel to get to Osto without anybody noticing a big fucking snake, because that makes sense.
I mean, in
No,
all
no,
fairness,
no.
they have
Now
disadvantages.
next season we have to start with traveling through Paradel instead of just already being in Osto and you got the things that you're supposed to start off with. So next season we start off 3 sessions slower than we want it to be.
You know, if it's just swim like under the water.
No,
I don't have increased speed despite my size change, which is still weird to me.
You're slow.
I love the idea that they go to Chisodal and just hop on a boat and sail there.
Honestly?
Fuck
Honestly,
you.
not-
Nope, we're dealing with that
not-
next session.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll skip forward next session then. That sounds good.
how is it you guys shit on every fortune's favor?
First of all,
Everybody's
anything with
favorite.
the Slumbering Queen, nothing with
In
the Slumbering
fairness,
Queen's gonna
I didn't
happen.
have a
Fairness,
choice, bro.
I utilized that trump card well, Scott.
No. You took the trump card. More or less, I started a fire, and you're like,
Hey, it worked. I figured
I even
something
told
out.
you too. I was like, "This is a trump card."
I didn't look at my Discord. I just now saw it, Rena.
Oh, we're so
Yeah,
good at
yeah,
this.
yeah.
You know, you think after all these literal years would be a little better at this. But I guess
No,
not.
our goal is always to have fun, and fun for us is chaotic as hell.
Yeah, fuck you, chat. We're having fun.
I feel like Rena feels awful, and I'm sorry.
because Rita wants to
Rita,
tell
she-
the story. She's like,
Rita had fun.
she's like, I'm ready to be in the east. I'm ready to be in the
Hey,
east.
I didn't get to do much except hide in a sewer and talk to worshippers of Snaga, so
That's one
I got
person's
to yell
fault.
at the Slumbering Queen for a little while. That was
See,
fun.
you guys,
But
you
I was
guys-
like
Literally,
rolling
that's all I
death
did.
saves over there, and I was like, maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I just failed these fucking death saves. Maybe
You
she
guys-
just dies here.
you weren't
guys
gonna
want,
die.
Want to know why
You're
I never let
stable.
Messi play D&D?
Because I always get put in jail, and then I yell at the people who put me in jail, and then apparently we don't get where we need to go, and it's my fault because I was yelling at the people who put me in jail for the whole session.
Messi's character is a criminal Karen.
Green, I'll have you know I didn't hurt anyone in any capacity. I just pushed a guy over.
That's true.
You-
Oh,
you
you
actually
burned
hurt.
someone's hand, actually, but that's cool.
Hi, man.
Dathomir. Yeah, thanks, Rosin. Thanks for that. Rosin, you've been the bane of
Oh my god.
the bane of
I've-
our campaigns.
It's Wade's
Just
story.
you.
You guys are all along for the ride.
Oh my god.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, Rena.
Okay. So maybe next week, we can start.
I'm gonna roll my hit die. And we
Maybe
can
next
see
week
what
we'll leave a
happens.
deer. Maybe. Maybe.
Should we roll our hit die?
Or maybe next week we
Well,
somehow find ourselves back in fucking Valorant.
I got 8 hit points.
Scott, can we roll hit die now? It looks like we're rolling hit die.
Sure.
What are you rolling hit die for?
For our health
Damn it.
on level up.
We're leveling up.
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
end of the season.
Whatever.
So I have 97 hit point now.
Let's go, baby.
Fuck you.
Oh my god,
I'm so
Rena.
mad.
I'm
She
mad
deserves
too
it.
because I didn't even
You're
get to
mad.
100.
I'm
Shut
mad.
up.
I got a 2.
All I needed
Plus
to
two.
roll.
Oh.
Steve, they
You
mean
got a
they mean in the other
14.
Oh,
game.
I needed max
Steve, they mean in Lost Initiative.
You needed max?
to get to 100 even. I'm at 97.
I'm
111.
at 78.
In
With
all
that 4.
fairness,
My AC's not that high, by the way. And I'm a front runner. So,
I mean, my
gonna
AC
die.
is not that high right now either. It's predicated on the shield.
yeah.
If I get
giant
one,
snake.
which we need to get Osto for.
Anyway. Bye, chat.
Hi, chat.
I'm emotionally exhausted after this session. I'm emotionally exhausted. I'm gonna raid somebody. Let's raid Wade. I almost never raid Wade. I usually raid Pat and stuff. Let's go raid Wade. We'll do that.
That's
Josh
worse.
is streaming too.
Oh, is he?
There's perfect.
Is Josh streaming?
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah.
Where? I don't see Josh. I'm only allowed to see 5 at once. It only shows me the top 5. So
Oh, don't click the button in the
Search
thing.
/ raid
Unfunny
Type
one.
slash
unfunny one.
raid. Yeah.
no, I'm using the button of the thing.
Yeah, don't do the
Yeah.
don't do the button. The button's dumb.
But the button raids.
Yeah, and you can also type / raid in chat and tag whoever the hell you want to raid.
Yeah, but now I have to type it versus clicking 2 buttons and I'm done.
Oh my god.
All right, let's go raid our friend. Bye, everybody.